Yes, you have to.
I'm not sure everybody's here. Is Cove on here?
Kovan is here.
Wonderful. Good
Oh,
evening, everybody. Oh, let me mute you again. Apparently, there's something to be
good
discussed.
evening.
Let's try this again. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How y'all doing, group?
Not so
What?
bad.
Oh, wonderful.
Not
Good to hear.
bad.
Let's see. This is the continuing adventures of the group that has no fucking name, so...
Didn't we spend some time discussing that yesterday?
We're the
Yeah, we
Revengers.
couldn't
All
agree
of
on
my
anything.
suggestions were just ignored and thrown away.
I like the
Avengers.
fucking no names.
I feel like the Revengers is really asking for a lawsuit.
I
Cease
had
and
a-
desist.
I
Slam
had like
fisters.
a
There's
generator
probably
pulled up. Wasn't working.
there's probably already a Revengers as well, like some parody thing.
Eh. So, last week, you guys picked back up in Railport. We had the quote-unquote interrogation of Aelith, and the supposed reason for setting off the alarms to detect characters, or creatures I should say, not characters, y'all are characters. Creatures who are either using illusions or shapeshifted in some form of matter because this place is a bunch of racist assholes. And it was deemed and determined that to the characters they know that Aelith is a drow, but Aelith is maintaining her halfling guise for now.
Half elf.
Half elf, sorry. Sorry, you're correct. The halfling comes later. Yes, Aelith and her half elf guys. The drow's name was, oh god, see I should write this shit down.
Shoddy.
Shabi.
Shoddy.
Shadi.
With a D. With a D.
With that D.
Shabu shabu?
Shadi got the D.
Holy crap.
So, like I said, I should have wrote this down
Gone.
this week. Continuing on. From there, the group mingled and gathered into the rest of the inn, where they were rudely interrupted partway through their meeting by not only, rudely interrupted according to Dorn, the owner, the owner of the bar's wife, and a strange spectral little dachshund creature, of which nobody really knew what the hell it was. After y'all's little meeting concluded, it led out into the tavern, and y'all stumbled across the owner of the strange dachshund ghost creature, a halfling, I cannot talk tonight, guys, a halfling named Wallace, who came from the southern hemisphere, from Great Desert, which I don't think you guys really got too much info out of him, so
Nope.
we'll just continue from there. And his two followers, as he called them, a dragonborn, blue dragonborn named Sora, who, unlike most dragonborn, was actually kind of tall and lithe, really worn out, looked like she'd been struggling to have food over the last few years, and a sand elf by the name of Xylee.
Ah, yes, his not slaves.
Despite everybody's beliefs that they are slaves, they actually wear very formal gear and garbs and like true adventurers' equipment.
Fancy slaves.
Clearly their owners
Exalted
rich.
slaves.
While mingling with this newcomer and regaling your story of what's going on and him showing interest in your group and why he came, which is sent by his God Emperor, Sorcerer King, to help deal with these six who are a threat to his expansion. After some talking, y'all have agreed to unite under one cause and kind of deal with any fallout that may come from that from there. During all this happening, a familiar group of people were spotted across the inn. One, a fiery redhead,
Woo.
pale woman, human woman by the name of Elvira, who had been traveling with the group for a long, long time, being left off in Halfwood. The other, a smaller fiery redhead, Taliba, the Altaran, princess of the Altaran, I should say. Formerly one of the 6 magi that y'all were sent to stop, who has joined y'all in the cause for a greater good after realizing that it wasn't her mother who was weak, it was the group of 6 conniving her and telling her these grandiose things that she could be. Tagging along aside them from the city of Halfwood, the Halfling Druid Society, was Molly, the pink-haired halfling / werewolf. Spoiler. Who, having Elrod's affection and attention drawn away by the lovely fiery Elvira, sought a new target to swoon over. The mighty and strong Koromon. And who she just found fascinating. And unfortunately for Elrod, the 4th and final member of that familiar party, was the ever-conniving, ever-fun Umbra the Tiefling.
She
Who-
scares me.
Quite,
what shenanigans did we get up to? I never asked.
we will get there. Who quite daintily approached Elrod, inspected the cursed ring upon his finger, and just gently plucked it off and pocketed it, as if nothing were ever wrong. And gave it a good reassuring pat for good measure. More back and forth between everybody, playing some catch-up for the night. It was just a simple night for the group to relax and catch up. Firebeard was off drinking in the corner because he wasn't here. And eventually it led into everybody kind of trying to divide up rooms as the inn was kind of full after discovering that Elvira and all them were here via an airship that had come from across the sea, sending and guiding and finding reinforcements for the growing war in Emberwood Island, the former home of the elves, which has been invaded by the Red Orcs and led by one of the Council of 6. You guys know that much. So the
Has
inn...
Dorn ripped out one of his eyes and jammed that thing into it?
Not yet. So we pick back
Not gonna
up here. The night ends with everybody kind of dividing up the rooms, going about doing their own thing. It started with Dorn and Kovan, who, out of everybody splitting up, ended up as roommates together in their little bit of tiff that's been going on. Some insults were flung that night, involving Kovan's scarred face and Dorn's use of demonic magics. And the two promptly split up before the night could even get started.
Was a small tryst.
Kovan, we actually have more for you, but we'll come back to that in a moment.
Oh.
Because you left before I could cycle back through everybody.
Yeah, I was tired.
I understand.
Go ahead.
That moved on to the mighty Strugans and Molly. Not Strugans, Koromon. Strugans was your old character. Koromon.
Yeah,
Who-
get with it.
Who got, unfortunately, stuck rooming with the halfling, the obsessive halfling. But much to perhaps his glee, she promptly passed out on the bed before anything could be insinuated to or happen. And as such, Koromon, needing to let the stress out and the frustrations of this annoying half-sized humanoid with him, went out into the city and stumbled across a makeshift fight ring being run by the city guard, and promptly kicked everybody's ass and won 1,500 gold.
Yeah, I'm rich, bitch.
During his stroll back, well, we'll cover the last part of everybody's thing because it's all the same. From there, we moved on to Uber and Aelith were mixed in there somewhere as well. They discussed some things, and then Uber promptly slipped on out the door after some time and ran into Dorn leaving his room because of the fight with Kovan. And the two took off into the town to get up to who knows what. Having apparently known each other for some time. Which probably did not help Elrod's ease.
No.
Speaking of Elrod, he and the lovely Elvira tucked the tiny little Taliba, who is a 12-year-old girl, it should be noted, into bed and promptly went for a walk themselves. It ended out in the makeshift farm fields, which don't really grow any crops, where the two had a brief discussion and things. Everybody in the group, during their time out, except for Aelith and Kovan, because they were inside, on their return trip back to the town, or not the town, the inn, took a brief moment just to relax and kind of gather their thoughts, because it had been a very hectic night. and they took a brief glance up to the sky, and as they did so, their eyes were drawn suddenly to a small green speck in the sky. And before they could even register it into their mind, their eyes were immediately, forcefully drawn away from it again, off to some nearby star. The small green speck is spotted by Cormon, Elrond, Elvira, Dorn, Umbra, and maybe or maybe not Kovan. We'll see what he does. But it is something that has now left this, when it was gazed upon in that brief second, left a chill running down your spine and just a slight sense of dread. And that's kind of where the night ended. So let's kick it off here with Kovan.
Oh. Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna go make my plate. Be right back.
Alright. Kovan. Dorn is left.
Black screen, by the way.
Oh, thank God.
Give me a second. Coromon. Is that better?
Yes.
Can I suggest some good morning music?
It's not morning.
Oh.
There's
We
only
haven't woken up
silence
yet?
in the morning.
It's not
Okay,
morning.
never mind.
This is post Dorn leaving.
Oh.
Kovan, what
Okay.
did you do after Dorn left?
After Dorn left, I went in and basically got the picture out of my robe and stared at it for a little while, said a few prayers, and then nibbled on a few things, drank some water, and went to bed.
Okay. It is in your sleep that this happens. A familiar song kicks into your mind. Sung by a very familiar voice. The last time you heard this song was when you guys were preparing to leave Timblar and make your way south. It was sung by Sylvia.
Oh. Is this what I think it is? Oh, it is. Yeah. Oh.
It was a song she sang in prayer the morning before y'all left, when she was still weak. It is this song enters your mind, you feel a familiar presence about you. The room about you, though your eyes are closed, turns into a dull glow of platinum silver. A pair of bright, vivid blue eyes seems to open up before you, reptilian in nature. And as they do so, this being pulls back away from you, and you get to see the outline in the head of the platinum dragon, Bahamut.
Oh.
And he
Your
gazes,
biggest fan. Sorry.
Okay.
he gazes down upon you, and he has not really a look of concern or anything, but more of a look of distaste.
Oh.
He hasn't spoken to you yet. Sorry, I hit the button too fast. He hasn't spoken to you
Oh.
yet. Do you wish to say something first?
Yes. Oh. Hello there. Hi. Big fan.
The madman actually said.
Uh, yeah, wow, okay. I know I'm probably like dreaming and stuff like that, but, yeah, hi.
As you speak, the head vanishes and you find yourself falling. Slowly. Before you land on a field of green grass, surrounded by various layouts of dragon eggs, trees. Just this nice outlying outside of a massive cave.
Oh.
Standing before it is Sylvia.
Hi! Oh, okay. Okay. You would never believe what I...
You cut out.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was talking to Silva. I said, you would never believe what I just saw.
The figure of Silva doesn't speak, but instead holds her hand out to you.
Oh, okay. We're gonna be quiet about this. Okay. I'll take her hand.
As you do so, she leads you into the cave, and as you see this cave, though, it is just a simple cave. As it grows wider and wider, there's pieces of platinum lining parts of the cave wall. There's coins about the floor. You know, a typical dragon's lair. And as you get in there, you see the full figure of the mighty elder god dragon Bahamut himself. It is here that the creature again raises its neck and looks down upon you with that same gaze as before. Kovad.
Hello, hello there. Sir Dragon. Yeah.
Can you recite for me the oath of my followers? Check your chat, your notes.
Yes, I did it a bunch. So
Koban pulls out a book. No, sorry.
no, I have a little scroll, and I might be peeking on the inside of my robe every once in a while, but I got this. So, Sir Bahamut, it goes as in anarchy, we are justice. In fear, we are hope. In war, we are strength. In darkness, we are light. In death, we are eternal.
Well said. Do you feel that you are following this oath to the utmost of your abilities?
As much as is possible for a mortal being, yes.
The dragon sort of smiles. And Kovan, what is it that we ask and guide our followers to do? That'd be the part right underneath it.
Well, you want us to always act on the behalf of the good. You want to oppose evil, but you can't do any harm in the process. You want to make sure that everyone is taking care of the rich and the poor, and don't, discriminate against anyone.
What was that last part, Kovan?
Well, you wanna make sure that you.
Ah, you're catching on.
Ah. Well, you know, poor or rich, they're still people, so you want to treat them based on their actions and their people, not their.
Then do you believe you've followed that?
I would hope so.
I recall a certain creature. Though evil by nature, Medusas tend to be. This one seemed different. Do you
Yes.
recall?
I do. Yes, there's not many Medusas I know, but one definitely tends to come to mind.
And do you recall when she was dying, having given everything she could to help save the group, what your reaction was?
Oh fuck.
If you need me to tell you out of character, let me
I
know.
do. Yeah. Can you? I really honestly.
I
don't
remember.
I think I said.
Elrod had to like course you. Elrod and Telos.
Right. Yes, that was not my proudest moment. I was unwilling to see past the evil on the surface to the good within on that one.
At least you've seen the error of your ways there. And of your guide, your trainer, Silva. Did you heed her
Yes.
words? Or did you feel more compelled to, how should I say this? And he kind of laughs. Impress.
I would say I would go on the latter of that one. More of a work in progress type of devotion thing. I didn't expect to, get
And then you have this new adventurer in your group. Dorn, I believe is his name.
Yes, the fact that someone as great as you would be troubled by such things is purely humbling.
I have concern for all of my followers. For all of my followers must follow the path and do right if we are to truly save this world.
That is absolutely, yes. Very true. Well said.
I notice you're avoiding discussing Dorn.
Oh, did you catch that? Did you? Wow, nothing slips by you, oh mighty.
He's not
benevolent God.
like frowning at you or giving you any kind of real displeasuring look. He seems more humored by this part.
Yes, it appears that he tends to lean more towards on less good and evil and more on what benefits himself, and I find that very distasteful. I always believe that you should try and uphold your oath, and I feel like he does not always encompass that, and so I take offense to him at times.
Do you think he has an oath? Remember, not all follow in our path, Kovat.
Yeah, it is hard to remember that there are others out there who live in a completely different world. Does he have an oath? I think he has an oath of sorts. It's more like a creed that he follows, or something like that. I believe he has oh God, what is it called? Morals, or like things that he abides by.
A
Whatever it's
moral
called.
compass?
A moral compass. Yeah, that you could. Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't everybody?
You would hope.
Sums are too overtuned. Glances that out, Rod.
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
It's okay.
But yet, none of these people have done ill to you yet, have they not?
Not directly, no. They've merely. No, they have not. You're right. They have not directly. They have not done me harm or ill, and they haven't jeopardized my mission of bringing your word to everyone. That's.
Now, you treated Remuse with such distaste, and then your own little half-elf was proven to be a drow, and yet you were so happy to have her on your side.
Yes.
Are you informed of what the drow are?
I've heard tales. I mean, they're.
They're not
Not
common on your
very
young
good.
world.
That's true. I mean, in the monastery they would tell us. I mean, things like clean your teeth or the drow will come and eat you in your bed. But
Oh my fucking god.
besides that, it's I mean, I don't pretend to know the history of the drow or anything like that. I know traditionally they are in more evil faring race.
You are correct, for the most part. They have a strange society that is. But keep an eye on your little friend. For the better.
Both eyes.
For the better.
Absolutely.
I visit you not to lecture you, but simply to inform you that you have great powers, Kovan. You have great... What's the word? Potential. Don't let your own emotions get in the way. Your friends, your adventuring group, they need you. The world needs someone like you, and someone to spread the word of my people and of our followers, to keep hope strong and be the shield against the evil that resides in the distance. Can you do that?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. With your power, absolutely. It's literally my faith in you that gives me these grand abilities. It's absolutely, yes. Anything that...
Very well. Do not forget our talk tonight.
I will not. Trust me, I will never forget this for the rest of my entire life. This has been beyond my greatest expectations, and it's... thank...
And as you...
It's true.
The dragon tilts his head down towards you. And as he does so, you see Silva as well bow. But when she stands, instead of the typical lovely little... Oh God, was she a redhead too? She sure was.
Lots of redheads in
Everyone
the
is.
campaign.
Why are they all redheads? Who designed these characters?
Redheads are the blondes of this
Guardians.
world. Confirmed.
Apparently.
Freudian slip.
Oh God, even the squire was a redhead. Okay, instead of the typical redheaded woman, her Bahamut outfit, you see standing there a platinum-scaled humanoid dragonkin. A dragonborn with platinum scales. And along the head, some of the scales have sort of a red, rusty color to them, almost like the design of Silva's hair.
The truth does come out.
Oh.
That's Silva East Dragon.
I will bow deeply. That's what-
Oh shit.
And as you bow and begin to raise up, the morning sun cracks in through the window.
Oh, oh, oh my god.
Now remember, Kovad, I am not mad. I was just disappointed in you. Sorry.
Yes, Dad.
I was holding that in the whole time.
Holy crap! No one's gonna believe me.
I was gonna believe what happened to Elrod either.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
And
Oh.
Kovan, you're gonna be the first one to
Yeah.
awaken this morning.
Okay. I'm gonna go and jump out of bed and just like immediately like say the best, most incredible prayer I've ever said in my entire life to Bahamut and thank him for all of the like incredible wisdom and guidance, and the fact that he thinks that I'm worthy for a visit is like insane. And I'll probably spend like, I don't know, 30 minutes or so doing that. And then I will head down in a surprisingly very good mood.
Okay, take note. Your
Oh,
symbol, the holy symbol that you wear,
Yes.
is glowing a faint silver color.
Yeah, it is.
You have a +2 on all charisma rolls for the next 8 hours.
So fancy.
So take note of that, because I'm not going to remember.
I will. Gotcha.
Everybody say hi to Wallace. He has joined us.
Hey, Wallace.
Oh, hi, friend.
Hi, Walla.
Hi, Wally.
Can't hear you.
And I'm so sorry, you said charisma saves or
No,
just
just charisma
Rolls.
bonuses.
Oh, got it. Okay, thank you, sir.
While Wallace sorts out his headset issue, we'll continue on. I can turn off this weird dream music now.
Charisma saves aren't a thing in 4E, right?
Not really.
Probably not.
It's,
Yeah,
it's,
really.
I've been watching too much Critical Role. I know.
it's your will defense. That's
Yeah.
your charisma save.
Yeah. I keep going back and forth between the two systems. It's sometimes hard to keep them in line.
I feel that. I try to shift like every other week in my other my 5e campaign.
Kovan,
Yes.
as you make your way downstairs, you see a lone figure sitting at the bar. A single tiefling. The entire rest of the bar seems empty this early morning. And it's of course, Hog's wife is there. She looks horribly tired at this point. But it is just you and Umbra in the tavern, down in the lower area of the tavern this morning.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Did I ever meet Umbra, or was that before my time? I don't think
You did not.
I... Okay, cool.
Oh,
Wait, yes you did. You
Well,
were
yeah,
you were in
last
Britain.
night I did.
You
but,
were in
like,
Britain.
No,
You were in Britain with us.
I was. Oh, okay, so I know who she is.
She's the
Okay.
one
Yes.
that she had Hunk as her bodyguard.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah. Hunk was on the other. Did we ever address what we did with Hunk? He was on the boat.
No,
Did we take him?
he got left with the princess.
Oh right. He was their like guard dog pet.
There we go. I hear you a little bit. You sound like you're in a bathroom.
I'm not in the bathroom. Just a room. Oh,
A room which may or may not have a bath in it.
But that's beside the point.
That's fine. But yes, it is just you this morning, Kovan.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up, and go sit beside,
All right.
and, getting an early start today.
She's already puffing on a cigarette,
Well,
and she just kind of lets it dangle as she speaks. Ah, you're the first one up this morning.
surprising, I know, but, you know.
You're glowing.
Just a little bit, and I'll shake my booty.
Oh my fucking god.
Had a good night last night, what can I say?
Ah, you and well, Dorn didn't sleep with you.
Strange, right?
Oh my god.
Huh.
You know what they say, silence is golden.
Well, I've heard stranger things about human anatomy. Are you pregnant?
I mean,
She just
Oh,
kind of grins as she takes another puff of her cigarette.
pregnant with desire, but just for some breakfast. Hey, barkeep, do you have anything that can, maybe some bacon?
Huh?
Bean
Oh,
tofu.
Oh, yes. She looks exhausted.
Yeah. Oh. You got a little piece of food in your hair from.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Husband's out of town and no
Oh.
one to help.
Oh.
Um,
That's cool.
yeah,
I mean,
breakfast.
I'm not
Yes.
actually pregnant. It's
I,
yeah.
no, I know you can't get pregnant. Yes,
Well, it's magic. I don't know. Okay.
I'll go make
Bacon.
you bacon.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
Bacon.
Yeah. Some coffee too, if you can. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that sounds like a good idea. Good one.
Yeah. Maybe two. One for you, and yeah.
Ah, yes. Okay. And she just kind of stumbles off.
Okay. Don't fall. Okay.
Oh, someone died.
Strugan's died.
So Umbra, how was your evening?
Quite enjoyable.
Lovely.
Yes, Aelith is quite the gal.
I'm sure.
She gives you a wink and then just goes back to eating her breakfast and drinking. She's drinking already.
Really?
It is then that the
Little-
next
alright.
pair to awaken is going to be Dorn and Aelith. So, back upstairs we go.
Is that any better?
Yes, that's a lot better.
Sorry about that, guys.
That's fine. And Aelith, I believe you said you fell into the floor asleep.
Yeah. Aelith rolled off of the bed in her sleep.
Aelith, you awaken first to find Dorn sleeping in your bed.
I raise an eyebrow, and then I just sort of poke him. Dawn?
What? Hi. Morning. Yeah, what?
Why are you in my bed? Why am I on the floor?
You didn't seem to be using the bed, and I was going to... I don't remember.
Why
But
are
you weren't
you
using
in
the
my
bed.
bed?
You
Why
weren't
are you
using it.
here?
You were sleeping on the floor. I don't think anything happened.
After like she doesn't like acknowledge that last part. Just like she looks around the room. Where's Zoom?
I don't know. We kind of went crazy in town, and I don't recall what happened.
Dorn, you're fully missing another item or two. And y'all's her usual game with you. At least the one item is on your person this time.
Good. Okay, at least she listened. But I don't have anything on my person
Sort
right now,
of.
literally.
Your staff isn't in the room either.
Do I have my pants?
Yes. She's not that mean.
Are they buttoned?
Oh god.
Better question.
These are questions I need to know.
Yes.
Okay, he kind of peeks under the covers to make sure that he's actually clothed under there and goes, oh, well, it's better than last time. He kind of stands up out of bed with him sure.
So, Aelith gets up off of the ground. Her hair's a mess. She has long hair, and it like just sort of fell everywhere when she rolled out of bed. But she snaps her fingers, and then her hair just sort of falls into.
It's an Elrond trick.
Well, damn, isn't that convenient? Where's the wash basin?
Not sure.
Needs to wash the stink of tiefling off of him. Sorry, what?
Where is it? Damn it.
I'm going to get it for a quick sec.
And that is for... Oh, what are you looking for?
Get clean.
To
Looking
get clean?
for, yeah, wash basin. Water.
There's an adjoined little washroom.
Oh, okay, cool. So there actually is something. I just kind of
Yes.
assumed that it was a bucket.
No, this is actually a pretty nice little inn.
Get me a bucket, I'm going to be sick.
Okay, I'm gonna head there. I'll see you downstairs, Aleph. Sorry about your bed. And he kind of stumbles, dragging his bare feet because he needs to find his boot.
Dorn, you can
I've
only
slept on
locate
worse.
one boot, one glove, your staff is missing, and your belt is missing.
Oh shit! Do my pants fall down when I get up?
That's up to you.
Shit.
Slide
they're
whistle.
down.
Aelith's is gonna follow him downstairs.
I think he went to the washroom to start.
Yeah, I know, but like once he's out of
Oh.
the wash.
You find the wash tub already filled up, Dorn, with your boot submerged into it. Sadly, this is
That's going
nothing.
to take a little bit to get dry.
This is nothing new to you.
Aelith knocks on the door. What? Are you okay? Are you okay in there?
Suffering a bit of a wet feet, if you.
Wait, I think you cut
Do you
out
need
for
me-
me. What did he find in there?
The boot submerged
Oh,
in
the-
water,
Oh, gotcha.
already
So I didn't
underwater.
Do you need me to call Kovon? Are you okay?
Do not call that asshat. I will. You know what? Just don't worry about it.
Aelith, as you're kind of
Are you
waiting and
sure?
waiting around, you notice that in his tired stupor, Dorn didn't notice his belt tied around the doorknob of the washroom.
Aelith just sort of shrugs and takes it. You left your belt on the door.
Of course, I left my belt on the door, and he opens it and extends his hand out expectantly.
She hands it to him.
Thank you, Aelith.
What also wasn't there the night before is a tea kettle with 3 little cups sitting there. Teacups. One teacup is drank, there's nothing in it. One has a little bit of tea in it, but it's cold. The third one has a glove stuffed into it. It's definitely not Aelith's glove. Y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No, I do.
I was waiting on Aelith to respond.
Sorry, I got distracted by something IRL. I missed it.
Oh. I said, as you turn away from the door again, you notice that from what wasn't there the night before is a tea kettle with 3 teacups on the table. One teacup had liquid in it, it's been drank. The other one is filled, but it's ice cold at this point. The third one has Dorn's black glove stuffed into it. Just barely sticking out, like one little finger peeking out. And in fact, if you get up closer to it, you notice that two little red beads have been put on there like a little pair of eyes.
I chuckle and I take it.
But there's no telling where the staff is. At least nowhere in sight of your passive perception going to pick up easily. Eventually, Dorn gets cleaned up, makes his way out, belt on. One boot dry, the other squelching a little bit under his foot, even though he's been using magic to help dry it. And you're sitting.
I'm holding the glove up over my face, like with the eyes facing towards him when he comes out.
Thank you, Aelith.
You two seem like you had fun last night.
I wish I could remember what all happened. I truly do.
Oh my.
Dorn, as you sit down on the bed closest to the washroom, and it was the one that Umber was sleeping on. As you do, you sit on this like long rod that's running horizontally across the bed. You found your staff.
Well, at least that
You found the rod.
was at least
Hey,
somewhat close.
baby.
You found the rod in your bed.
There you are.
I guess there's worse things to fall asleep with.
Oh,
And you two eventually make your way downstairs. Where we return. As you two descend, you find Kovan and Umber already sitting at the bar. Kovan now complete with some breakfast and a cup of coffee. And Hog's wife enjoying a cup of coffee as well. Looking very much in need of said coffee.
Oh, did I find my duster?
Yeah, you had it on.
Oh, okay. I thought I was shirtless.
No.
No worries.
Wait, you're shirtless? Are we gonna arm wrestle?
Shirtless underneath.
Oh God, no! It get worse. It's if you walk downstairs shirtless, and Koramon's like, "Oh yeah, I'll get the oil."
Just slams Dorn into a table and his arm breaks.
Oh, poor thing. Oh, God. Koromon, what have you done?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Dorn. Good morning, Aelith.
Dorn, you found all your stuff.
With a little help from my friends.
I liked the glove.
Oh, thank you. I like making puppets. Sometimes.
Yeah, but did you actually have to put the holes in there this time? This is a perfectly good pair of gloves.
Well, the
Oh,
eyes wouldn't
gloves.
stay.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
And Aelith, darling, how are you feeling this morning? You should really plays that up.
A bit tense.
I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam. I'm a teepee, I'm a wigwam.
No. Gun emoji.
Alright then. Hot dog, igloo. Hot dog, igloo.
Oh my god.
How about that?
I hate this.
Well, Dawn had fun at least. At least one of you did. Although you might feel better, or felt better afterwards had you not fallen asleep in the floor.
I get around, round, round. I get around. I get around.
What can I say? What can I say? I was tired.
Hey, it allowed for a vacancy. I can't complain too terribly much.
Who's next?
Barkeep, coffee, large.
Yes, got a whole pot right here. Here you go.
Thank you.
And you, ma'am?
I'll be fine.
Oh,
Maybe a cup of tea.
Right, that's back in the kitchen. And she like sets her coffee down and stumbles her way back to the kitchen. Let's see. Do we want to go to Cortmont, Elrod, or Wallace? I'll take that as an Elrod.
Okay.
The other two didn't speak up.
I just made a noise. Perfect.
Back up we go to the room that had Elrod, Elvira, and Taliba.
Be right back.
Alright. Elrod, you and Elvira kind of wake up slowly to a Taliba sitting on the edge of the bed just staring at the both of y'all.
I like to think they wake up like this, making it even more awkward.
Oh yes, they're embracing the crap out of each other.
Katie.
Taliba's just sitting on the edge of her bed staring at you two.
At least you woke up in the right bed. Taylor screams from across the
Screams across the sea. Taliba, good morning. Hi. Hey, oh, my head.
Did you two
Good
sleep
morning.
well?
Yes, we did. We slept excellent. Yes. It was my first time in a bed in months. It sure feels like it. He's like clearly not all there. His hair is equally as messy as her. It's all hers. It's all over the place. Just this blonde, puffy mess.
It's hard to sleep when you two don't shut up all night.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Tyler. We were fast asleep.
She just stares at you.
No, I like the sleepy debuff.
Taliba's got her own character sheet, don't worry.
Good. Yeah, I like to think she went fall for it anyway, but figured it was worth trying. Sorry, I suppose.
Oh. Hmm. At least you two are only talking.
Yes, yes.
Because I
Apologies.
swear I'd hope you two would have the decency not to do those things in front of a 12-year-old.
No, of course not.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Where I
god.
come back to.
Welcome back. No, yes, we were chatting about adventures, and he kind of adjusts his arm around her, and nothing else. And you probably heard Corman snoring. He snores really loud.
Let's see. Wow.
That was a low blow.
Here.
Right, well, I'm hungry.
Let's go get you something to eat. He kind of shakes Elvira gently.
What? Huh?
Good morning.
Oh, hey there. Sunshine.
Red in the face. He gets a little red in the face. Yes. Hallie was hungry. We should probably get her something to eat. He then immediately lays his head back down on the pillow and snuggles back into her and shuts his eyes. She's hungry. We should get her something to eat. Yeah.
Tyva just throws her arms up and heads downstairs by herself.
I'm cool letting someone else go and just giving them a minute.
I'm sorry, I'm probably not helping.
No, I like the spam in the chat. The chainsaw.
A few rooms
Chainsaw
down.
string.
Wallace. You and your two followers.
Slaves.
Followers. Wallace.
Your
You and your two followers awaken to a nice calm morning after y'all's time.
in town.
Yeah, after your walk through town. That's right. The rest of the night, none of y'all really spoke about what you saw. Like, you all kind of came to this universal agreement that something was off about it, about that strange speck, but there's more important or more dire situations at hand. The two of them wake up before you. Sora's sitting at the table, sipping some tea that she seems to have brought up. And Zalia curled up in a feline form of some sort. Probably a panther. Just on the center of the bed. And Half Pint sitting on the other stool with his little ethereal paws up, licking with his, his imagery, his illusion little tongue at the cup of tea before him.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, sir. Meow.
Y'all are up early.
Yes, couldn't sleep. The room next door was making a lot of noise. I like how
Somehow it doesn't surprise me.
I like how over the last one I declared this was several rooms down.
Big, isn't it?
Oh. Sorry.
Yes, Peter, it's very big.
Oh my god. Yes, Peter.
My God.
Oh god.
Have y'all gotten anything to eat?
I got some tea made, but breakfast is being served downstairs. Are you hungry?
I can always eat. Let's go down.
All right, simple enough. And Sora gets up, promptly walks over to Zalia, summons a little bit of ice magic around her fingers, and taps the feline creature on the bottom, and the cat just jerks awake, shape shifting immediately. Oh my god, that was cold! Why did you do that?
I don't control her action.
Okay, ready to go. Sorry for oversleeping.
Come on, have fun.
Bark, bark, bark. I need little dachshund noises from Earl 20. And so the three of y'all, after kind of gathering your things and your belongings together, gather up and head on downstairs. You find yourselves descending. The little young child creature that you saw the night before is kind of sitting at the bar next to the one that introduced herself as Aelith. The one that's known as Dorn, along with the tiefling and the other human, are sitting towards the other end of the bar there. Sora's going to go ahead and just plop down right here. Zalia's going to do the same, and they're going to kind of leave you and Half Pint to do what you wish.
Still in the room.
Oh,
Yeah, mine
that,
still shows me the room.
that would help,
I was
wouldn't
about to
it?
say, wow, well, that's interesting.
That would help, wouldn't it?
I walk over to the group.
All
Tell
right.
them good morning.
Good morning.
everyone.
Sorry.
Everyone have a good night.
Yep.
That's the tiefling. And she kind of looks over towards Aelith. And Tali would just kind of grumbles, no.
Oof.
Aelith nods at Umbra.
Damn it, I'm not playing Talos. Why do I feel this connection to Talon? You have a good night?
She was definitely under Talos's influence for a while.
Oof.
It's like the daughter he never had. But it's likely the sister to one he is having.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Somewhere in
he's gonna have a half
Altaria.
Gorgon. He's gonna have a half Gorgon and a half Altaria. Or no, full Altaria. My bad.
I could have
There's
slept
kids on every-
better, but the night beforehand was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Man, there's kids in every con. Let's be real here.
Oh my god.
Problem sleeping?
Well, this is Taliba speaking. The other two wouldn't stop talking all night. Just giggling and laughing and all kinds of silly things.
isn't it?
All
Emoji.
night. How's a young princess supposed to
Well,
get her
sounds like they
sleep?
had a connection. Cover your
God,
ears.
thank God for the bluff roll.
Cover your ears.
Cover your ears.
Elrod finally gets a good charisma check.
Barkeep, forgive me for my previous transgressions. I guess the walls in this place are reinforced.
Oh, yes. Well, I am married to a half-dwarf. You gotta reinforce the walls around here. Especially when other halflings like myself seem to be quite attracted to the bigger folk.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Didn't hear a
Huh?
peep out of that room all night.
That's
Probably
probably
for the
best.
best.
Oh, weird.
Oh, Boss is gonna fit right in.
Yes, so Wallace, go ahead, have a seat. I'll get you some breakfast. Does anybody else want anything? I'm feeling much better after the coffee.
Bacon scorched. As I almost burp. Scorched.
I was about to say, bacon. I've never heard of scourged bacon.
That's what you got in Timblar.
Yeah, some fucking blind ass bacon.
Would you like something for the dog?
Eggs, scrambled.
Half Pint just kind of teleports up onto the bar and just sits. So Hog's wife is gonna disappear again to get breakfast for everybody.
Oh, how about some poached eggs?
Poached.
All right.
Those noxious eggs.
I'm
Alright.
going to, once she's gone, I'm gonna say to the rest of the group, I, wouldn't terribly advise, anyone eating the food.
Well,
I mean,
Why?
it'll do if there's no other options, but, it's all plants. All of it.
you can't have plant eggs.
Well,
Oh, they've found a way.
But
Life finds a way.
eggs aren't plants.
I
no,
hold up a
this is
finger.
wrong.
I
Maybe
hold
I
up a
blocked that
finger.
out.
Don't question it. I've seen things.
I should add the eggs actually aren't plant-based. Eggs, they can grow chickens, they can't grow plants because of the soil. Or can't grow, they can't have a
Sorry.
lot of animals running around because of the soil.
Got it.
Right.
Chickens don't.
Oh god, this isn't bacon.
Greatest people.
Yeah, chickens
Oh,
are
My
I
God,
thought
it's
this
like
was
bacon.
bacon. I thought it was bacon.
Or is it tofu
El-
bacon?
Elif only
Tofu
asked
bacon?
for tea.
Tofu
Don't
bacon?
worry, half pints used to fake.
Oh, you're right. Half Pint has a little plate too.
Oh, it's little.
Oh, it's so cute.
Oh my God, they do have tofaken.
It is Tofaken.
It looks awful.
And now
It
for
looks
the,
like dog treats.
for the one I'm sure everybody's eager to see the outcome of.
Huh?
Tofake.
So kitties.
All right.
That's just
Oh
uncalled
my
for,
god, it
boy.
looks awful.
Oh.
I looked up toe fake it.
Oh, that is
no.
awful.
I feel not as
Oh
good.
God, that is bad. I love that's gotta go on
as
stream.
I-
Oh, that's tofu bacon. Oh,
no,
that's bad.
No.
It looks
just rude
it
and
looks like
uncomfortable.
literal leather.
Okay. Okay, my brother just ooh-wooed in our chat. I need to go hit him.
Okay?
I'll ban his ass.
1 second.
Don't ooh-woo in my chat.
just realized this.
Yes.
It ain't your chat, it's my chat.
Well, you know what I meant. He knows what I meant.
The world could always use more tofaken.
No, it doesn't.
You're right. He shouldn't be oohing in Mrs. chat. It's undignified. Apologize for that outburst.
Oh, you're fine. So, the last pair to really awaken outside of the two lovebirds that won't get out of bed.
Direct you to the gifts channel.
Is Cormon.
Don't ooh-woo. $350 penalty.
Oh no.
And Molly. Coromon, you slept wonderfully. You had a big night out. You had the fight that you won. You got all this money. Molly passed out the moment you got up there. You didn't have to deal with her. And as you're laying there, dreams of conquests and glory in your head, you feel something upon your belly.
Oh god, he's pregnant.
Molly's the father.
No.
No.
Good
Gun
morning!
emoji.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Huh? Who goes there?
Good morning,
Lexi.
champion.
Yeah. All right. That's
Alright, that's me. Strokes beard.
I see you had quite the escapade last night.
yeah. I mean, like, that's one way of calling it. You know?
You didn't take me along? I would have loved to see all the fighting you did. She's got your the belt that you won under one of her arms.
too tired to deal with this. Both in character and out. No, I'm teasing.
No.
Is he a WWE champion?
Listen, both Koromon and me both have the fucking flu right now. So we're not gonna be coming through the screen at you with all the entertaining flexing and all.
Oh, it's fine, man. Just do what you can.
Hungover bad.
Elrod would have taken me, and she hops off of you and heads on downstairs.
Ooh.
The fuck?
I think Elrod is busy making other things.
It's a
Taking her as in like what the?
No!
Hmm.
Gun emoji!
Gun emoji.
Don't!
I would have pistol with the next person who says gun emoji.
Oh.
You're gonna what?
Nope, you missed the reference. You don't get it again.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. So Cormon, what do? You just had
Go the
this.
fuck downstairs and eat.
All right, because God forbid you have to deal with the halfling anymore. The little nuisance.
Fucking 1/3 size sass.
Molly, in her fit of quote-unquote jealousy, plops down next to, right behind the seat, right behind Half Pint, and just stares happily at him. He's so cute. And that leaves Corum on the seat way down here.
I like your emojis, Alan.
I have very powerful emojis.
What the fuck is that, Sturgans?
Dude, when
Say,
you when you
flex.
fucking search for Terry Crews gifs, you get some weird shit.
I just found a gif of
This wasn't even
Coromon
on
last
Bing
night.
either.
Yeah, I like Elrod's gift. That one can go on stream. I don't think the other one really can.
Yeah, that's just for our viewers. That's what pretty much what Coromon did last night.
Jesus. So everybody has made their way downstairs except for 2 people. Elrod and Elvira.
Oh my.
Where are Elrod and Elvira anyway?
That sounds good to fake it.
Probably snuggling.
Oh, those 2, they came home. They came back real late last night, like 3rd or 4th ring of the nightly bells, like 3 or 4 a.m.
I mean, she wandered around too. What can I say?
They must be exhausted.
Probably.
Yes, because they were up so late. Yes.
So what did we do last night?
Oh, us? Well, we drank a little bit, harassed some locals, drank a little bit more, harassed some locals, saw that strange thing in the sky,
What?
harassed some more locals, and then you passed out drunk.
That sounds like a magical evening. I couldn't have asked for more.
So I took your shoe, your glove, your staff, and your belt.
If you wanted my staff, all you had to do was ask.
No.
Well,
Then you should have taken it.
Oh, well, I was, you know what I mean. Ha. I'm sorry, did you say something? Kovan, right?
yes.
The one who threatened me in the cathedral?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dick.
Or the castle, sorry.
There he is, early in the morning. Not even in his coffee yet, and he's already on fire. Okay, so
No, I think of many things to put on fire, and he kind of drinks a sip of his coffee like the Kermit.
Easy, boys, no need to fight over a pretty girl.
Oh, where?
Nerds.
Wait, who's the pretty? I'm not a woman. What?
Oh,
This is so I don't understand. So no, you were saying you saw something in the sky. Was there like a shooting star, or did you do a wish? I hear you're supposed to do wishes.
She just kind of slowly looks over at Dorn.
Oh, was that a metaphor? I don't understand those.
No, did you not leave your room last night?
Nope.
Ah, I see. There's a, green thing in the sky. A small green thing, I should say. And she's saying this loud enough for others to hear at this point. Yes, like a
You
little,
mean?
like a star, but not.
Oh, like. Oh, like the lights in the sky. Okay, yeah. But this one was green.
Yes. Green
Never
and
seen a green star
dull.
before. Is that? I don't think that's normal. There's red ones. I know I've seen that before.
Yes, the stars come in varying colors. Sometimes you see distant suns. But never a green one. And Wallace
Are you
and
sure? Are you sure it wasn't just, you know, like the sky was swarming after all of my alcohol and
no, I've seen it before.
oh,
A green star.
well, that's weird.
Say that again, Weasel. Cut out, bud.
So we saw it too.
You did. Good. I'm not going crazy.
Didn't pay much attention to it.
It was the
Oh, you're
second-
crazy, but not about.
Oh, I know. But it's the second time I've seen it. Dorn saw it too, although I don't know if he really remembers.
Not clear. I thought it was someone's eyes.
A noise from the heavens.
Silence
Was that-
button.
Was that Sports Center?
Oh,
It's
sports ball center.
It's updating me on Corbin. That's why.
Okay, that was a good recovery.
Good recovery.
It's about this time the town crier enters. Extra, extra! Stranger wins local fight. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
That's
my
just,
God.
he blows a little horn.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. So Cormon, you'd understand the same object that they're talking about in the sky. Although I don't know how much of that registers in Cormon's head.
Spooky green thing.
Eventually, the other two tumble their way down the stairs, still interlocked in arms and hugs and all sorts of mushy crap.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! Oh, there's no stairs. Oh, there they are.
Somewhere Talos wipes a tear from his eye.
I see the two lovebirds are awake.
Yeah. Good morning.
Ah, her face isn't as red as it was when y'all came in.
No one's
Yeah.
awake at this hour. Please keep it down.
Pardon?
I mean, I'm pretty awake.
It's at that
I'm
point,
awake.
Elvira's face is bright red again.
For once, Elrod's isn't, and he's just kind of like, emptily smiling, like, "Hey guys."
I'm gonna give him a big thumbs up.
He just gives it back. His hair is a total mess.
Are you two feeling okay? Kovan, I think you should take a look at them.
We're fine,
They
thank
don't
you.
look well.
We're fine,
Trust
thank
me,
you.
he's
We're fine.
He's fine.
Are you sure?
We're all fine.
He looks smilier than normal. And she's very
know.
red.
Yeah.
Just,
good.
just coffee, please. I have a bit of a
Cormon,
thick,
it's about this time that Hog's wife puts down a nice plate of quote-unquote bacon for you.
I'm gonna lean over at Coromon and be like, "It's a trap."
It's always a trap.
I know, man. I know. It's the beer. It's gonna be okay. If you close your eyes and like swallow it really quick, it kind of tastes like bacon.
Kinda tastes like bacon.
Yeah.
All right, he'll just pick up the whole plate and shovel the entire thing all in his mouth in one gulp. Just get it down.
Oh, okay. Just rip off the band-aid. Okay.
Roll endurance.
Oh my god.
Just for comedic effect.
Oh my.
Barkeep, do you have any spiced sauce?
Oh,
Oh
Hormon.
He just threw it all the fuck up.
You are a man who loves his meat, and not in that way. He
This
loves
is
it because
not
it is delicious. It makes him big and strong. This is not meat. This is nowhere close to meat. And you promptly spit every bit of it back up all over the bar, all over the counter. Some of it into Kovan's coffee mug.
Coromon! Oh, how do you have so much spit? Oh my god!
Athletics check is for distance.
Oh god! I think you painted the like
Someone,
wall back
someone
there, dude.
splattered the giant barrel back here.
Yeah, the barrels and stuff are covered.
Lord.
Like,
Coroman's got a freaking like burst cone 10 puke effect.
Even Hog's wife is just kind of like,
Hog's wife, do you have a basin of water to wash off?
I think he's hungover
the
or something.
cleaning crew will be here later. That was impressive.
Well, that will make you up in the morning.
I'm so glad that I haven't eaten yet.
We should probably take a seat. Oh, Rod whispers to
Oh,
Elvira
I
and
am
then
not
clutches
putting
at
those
the puke
gifts on the
covered
goddamn stream. Fuck you guys.
Half pint, don't leak that up. Half pint, get over here.
Oh god, don't put puking gifts in the stream. You guys are oh god, guys.
Oh my god, no!
Banter amongst yourselves for a moment. I have a phone call.
Mine is the classy one though. Everybody's seen that movie.
Coromon, that was wow.
Damn. You really
I mean-
not a fan of the bacon, are you?
No.
Oh, that last one's my favorite.
It's not loading.
I know, for whatever reason, my internet can go fuck itself.
You're not the only one, don't worry.
I'm pretty sure Discord's just screwy tonight.
Who wants to do the milk challenge?
Ew.
Hey.
So, how was everyone's night? I see you're all up early for once.
It was good.
Good. No,
Yeah.
did anyone else notice the that green thing in the sky?
You mean my vomit?
No, that was this morning.
No, that's
last
the ceiling, Coromon.
last night.
It was
I don't-
mentioned earlier.
Oh, good. I'm glad it wasn't just us that noticed it.
What were you doing last night?
Oh,
If he's saying green light, I thought you meant
No.
something else.
oh, Rod goes red. Oh, we were out for a walk.
Are you sure you don't need someone to take a look at you?
I really.
I'm sure he's fine.
He's grinning, but and he's trying not to, but he's also red in the face. I'm fine. I'm really fine. For some
I
reason, his
wanted to
character
get that
sheet went
man
up
a
then.
shot of vodka.
There it is. Get that man a shot of vodka.
Are you
Yes,
like hungover?
I might be. Just a little dizzy, let's say. Yeah, we were just out walking, and
You realize there's no way I'm not gonna beat that, right?
Mm-hmm. That's the dream. And yes, the star.
It loses to my passive insight. It loses to my passive insight.
But yes, we were out last night, stargazing. You caught me. We were stargazing, and the a green thing. Barkeep, if you wouldn't mind, miss, can I get a black coffee? The biggest one you have.
Certainly.
So, how was your date?
He just doesn't quite know how to respond to you.
What the fuck is that door?
Awkwardly.
You've never
Oh,
heard
you
of
don't know what that is?
Worcestershire sauce?
I know what
Worcestershire?
I know what that is. What the hell is that order?
Worcestershire.
raw egg with Worcestershire sauce, vinegar, and/or hot sauce, table salt, and black pepper. He likes his eggs spicy.
Oh God.
Yes,
Okay.
sure.
It's a hangover cure.
Oh my God.
I've had those before. We call those trailblazers.
Trailblazer.
Usually, it's
Oh my God.
they fill up the rest of it with beer though. So you'll get like a Bud Light, and you'll put a Bud Light on top of that, and then
Prairie oyster.
So, we're gonna let Mingle and RP for a few more minutes here before I push anything else along, because my wife will be home shortly, and I have to go help her get some stuff out of the car. That'll be when we
Alright.
take our little break.
Sure, brief intermission later.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Aelith just sort of raises an eyebrow.
I like to think the fact that they're still like arm in arm doesn't quite help the illusion of his lie.
Oh, Uber just leans down over the bar towards Aelith and just kind of winks. And then she winks at
So
Elrod.
you never answered my question.
What? What was your question? Sorry.
How was your date last night?
It kind of glances at Elvira.
Elvira just gives a thumbs up.
Good. Very
oh,
good.
I bet so.
Yes.
I bet you saw more than one green light last night, didn't you?
I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna say yes. No, there was only one in the sky, and none of the lanterns around here are green.
Half-pint walks up to him and starts sniffing around him.
What'd you say?
Half pint.
The half-pint walks up to you and starts sniffing around you.
Oh, the puppy. The puppy.
And if Elrod roll perception, and anybody else can roll perception as well.
His,
I think Dorn's a little busy.
Except for maybe
his journal is so
So-
laggy right now.
maybe Koromon, because he's probably not giving
gonna
two
be-
shits about what
I'm
Molly
gonna
is
be
doing.
Nursing Koromon back to help.
I need to refresh my page real quick.
Okay.
There it is.
I
Oh.
think it's because the gifts have been being posted nonstop in Discord that's lagging everything.
No, I think roll 20
don't blame
or
my
whatever.
gifts.
Here, what I'll do is I'll click it and I'll put it on a separate window so I don't have to close it. Go. Perception, you say?
Yeah.
Not bad for.
So at this point, most everybody's kind of turned and they're leaning with their back against the bar talking to Elrod. At least the ones engaging him. And Wallace, you kind of notice to the side, as well as Koromon actually notices. Aelith definitely does. Umbra does. Elvira does. And Elrod does. Molly is just fuming. And she is like deep red in color. Her arms are crossed. And she's just staring daggers at Elvira.
Aw, poor Molly. Sorry.
Like, her hair is a darker shade of... Or not her hair. Her face is a darker shade of pink than her hair.
Is something wrong with you, Firecracker?
No, nothing at all.
Seem a little bit tense? Like you want a drink?
A drink would be lovely.
I can't
Wait,
feel
is
nothing
she-
Oh,
at all.
just
Is she able
don't
to
drink
drink?
too much. You're gonna end up like me. Oh, my head.
Wait, which one?
I think she wants to end up like you, lad.
Pardon?
I think
What
the
do you want?
Don't worry about it.
I think the short one with the funny hair is right. This is Umber talking. I think she seems a wee bit jealous. The pink one head does.
Oh, jealous. Oh my. Barkeep, how about that coffee, please?
Working on it. It's in the other room. I have to get up and go get it. The other coffee's worn off. Hold on.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I saw a dragon last night.
Icebreaker from Koromon.
And I'll literally
Pardon?
just take a sip of the thing.
A dragon?
Yeah,
Dragon?
it was awesome.
It
Yeah,
was like you went
Like-
out to see one in the night?
no, like I hallucinated it while I slept.
Oh. Oh, you had.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, you guys, if you want to take 5 or 10 minutes for now, that's fine. If you want to keep RPing, go ahead, because I don't want to just stop y'all right in the middle of it.
Sure.
I will be right back.
I will
Rob,
also
did
be
the
right back.
bartender ever bring my supplies?
She's gonna bring it back with your
Sure.
their stuff. So
Let's
say Hug's wife brings back the black coffee, more coffee, black coffee. Dorn's order. She brings Coromon a towel and lots of towels. She gives more coffee for everybody. She gives Molly a big old pint of beer. And that's where we're gonna halt, picking up from last session. If there's anything else, Rod.
One thing I want to add, I'm just going to assume Elrod pulls up like a chair or like one of the benches that move over to here so we can address everyone while he just sips his coffee.
That's fine.
Because this side of the bar is covered in puke right now, so he's not going to go sit at it.
I understand. Okay, let's take 10.
Alright.
We'll be back in. We'll be back in 10 minutes, everybody.
Right.
I'm also going to get up
Always
So,
the dwarf.
it is always the dwarf. We're back. Welcome back.
Hello.
Firebeard has appeared. A wild Firebeard. Because this player has not shown up yet.
Banana.
So, you guys have had your
Did the prairie oyster work?
conversations. Do what?
Did the prairie oyster work?
Oh, did you give it to Elrod while they were just sitting? I just assumed chatting while we were chatting.
Who drank it? Dorn?
Mhm.
Sure.
Oh, I thought you were giving one to Elrod.
No.
Sure, it
Yes, he
worked.
acknowledged you.
Yes, it worked. So, you guys have spent some time enjoying breakfast, kind of sobering up for the day. Hogswife should be back.
Elrod's, do you think a 30 makes Elrod fine from his hangover after a coffee and some water?
He had a hangover?
Yeah, just a...
Nah,
really.
yeah.
Not really.
You tried.
Bad bluff check.
Which means I take a little taxes out. Don't have to pay that, right?
It's the wife.
I thought I heard the voice of Madriod.
Yeah, 1 second.
A matriarch. Oh god, not more voices in my head. Thought Umbra took the damn ring off.
It's war.
Cool.
My response to Elrod.
Sorry, figuring out some tech stuff. Ah, the fun parts of being an adult.
They don't teach you that.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to do that this year.
Why can't we all just grow up and play D&D all day and get paid for
Hey, at
it?
least yours isn't any other state.
Hey, maybe if the stream takes off,
Ha.
I'll just get to play D&D
Yeah.
on the next Critical Role.
Y'all have to push this
That's
thing.
not happening.
Y'all, yeah, we ain't gonna outdo Critical Role, but until we all start meeting up live or with cameras and shit. But you could definitely help push the stream. Go for it.
Hey,
Are you talking about pay to get play D&D?
Yeah,
Yeah, I totally do.
I've thought about doing paid to DM.
ooh,
I bet I could get that off Reddit or something, but later. I don't have the time at the
Yeah.
moment.
yeah.
I mean, there's plenty of people out there who want to play who don't want to DM because they're lazy.
That too.
That's me.
Weasel does resemble that remark.
So, Firebird eventually
you
makes his
walk in
way downstairs. He's still got the Hydra egg tucked into his beard. And he's got the big old sack of bag of holding in his arm. And he says, "Morning, everybody. We,
You still have that thing in.
Morning, Fabian.
Like,
Good morning.
I bet that thing can make a prairie oyster for everyone.
you ain't touching my egg."
Well, you're not touching my staff.
What?
What? Pardon?
Which one?
Dawn, I don't think Firebeard would know how to use it.
Don't 21 to make some money.
Wow.
Oh,
I think
Yeah.
you're right.
Right, we need to turn those in.
I have not been able to do a dwarven accent since I got sick a few weeks ago.
Money. I have plenty of money.
Don't you want to make some money?
The reward said 6,000 for the head of the beast. We've got 11. Although Firebird doesn't talk like a normal dwarf anyway, so I'm gonna quit
Yeah.
trying.
Well, I'm hoping.
Coward.
I'm hoping they don't see through the loophole. But either way, yes, 6,000 gold. Very exciting.
Yes.
What are you talking about? There was 11 beasts, didn't you see? I saw.
Oh yes. Yeah, that's the truth. Yes. You two handle that discussion.
Elrod, dear.
Yes?
Me and Taliban and Molly, we need to get back to the airship. We have some duties on there we have to attend to.
If you must go.
Umbra does too, but I'm not too sure how... Oh my god, he's drawing more puke. How,
Oh my
uh,
god, please.
how active she is in participating. No, I'll come. Enough being away from this spew bucket over here.
Very well. We shall hopefully meet up again soon, all of us. Elrod kind of just looks around at everyone.
Well, I mean, if y'all come with us.
Oh, I'd very much like to see the airship. Although we do need to turn in that Hydra egg, or I think Firebeard might start getting antsy.
I
Yes.
personally would like to see the airship. I've never seen an airship before.
Well, it'll,
Neither have I. Sounds really cool.
Most. I know, right?
It sounds really neat.
it's not leaving until
It
tomorrow,
just-
so.
It just starts bouncing in her seat excitedly.
Elrod matches that.
Oh my god. Taliban just kind of shakes her head. Like any embarrassed preteen would. Molly, despite being grumpy, gets up in a huff. Trying to walk out of the bar with her stein of beer. And Hog's wife didn't seem too terribly inclined to try and stop her at this point. And the three say their goodbyes, and out the door they go.
We'll meet you there. Elrod calls and waves.
Oh shit, they're gone already. Well, bye,
You can meet
Elrod.
us.
Bye, Umbra.
She
Wait, are you
gives,
going back to the airship?
she gives Elrod just the biggest, most sarcastic hug she can.
Oh, bye. He gives her an actual hug back.
A poor little village is dead, poof.
Aw.
She's scary. He kind of looks at
Oh,
the
I
door.
don't know. We had fun last night.
He kind of glances at the door and gives a little, fun. What?
Yeah.
What did you do? He sits down, his coffee.
Oh, we've spent the whole night together, at least until I fell asleep, but that's beside the point.
Wallace leans over. What did you do?
Uh-huh. Oh, good for you.
I just want to say, if I made a bluff roll, it wouldn't possibly be able to lose to that.
I don't think Elrod could physically beat your bluffs.
No.
Like,
Right now, I could roll a 1, and it would still be like 10 points higher.
his insight is 9. That's
You know what? I'm gonna do it.
Oh, yeah, let's see. Put the dice down.
Oh, that's a really low
Holy
roll.
shit.
Oh, my
Oh.
gosh.
That was only a
Ugh.
6.
What?
You only rolled a 6, and you still got a
You got a
28.
28. Yeah.
4 E stats, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, Umbra. Ew. Well, I'm glad you two had a good time. I'm glad she did make you uncomfortable, and I'm glad you were.
Oh no, it was
okay.
very comfortable. What?
Nothing.
What?
She just scares me.
Oh, wait.
Nothing.
Insight check.
On if Elrod is scared by her or not?
Oh, he's
Just-
terrified of her.
Yeah. He's not lying. He's terrified of her. It's not like some secret attraction thing. He's scared.
Oh
of
no
this
no
demon
no no
lady.
no that wasn't that was more about the insight roll was made like as you were saying oh no
Oh, about Elvira.
no but just forget about it.
Okay.
That was
Well
easy. Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry, Wallace. Were you saying something?
Oh, don't mind me.
Yeah. Okay. He kind of sips his coffee.
Sora's gonna forget. I believe he was asking, what you got up to last night.
Oh, me? Oh, like I said, we, he
Got up last night.
What'd you say? You cut out the beginning.
Or what got up last night.
What got up? I don't understand. what you mean.
Zalia's just giggling. Sora's trying not to laugh.
Elrod's kind of like preening his hair with his like hands. He could snap and flatten it, but this seems to be some sort of nervous tick that they wouldn't have seen before. No, we were walking and we went stargazing, and then we saw the green thing, which we should probably talk about, and we hung out. This is like his weakest stat.
Wallace, you
Did
can roll
you let
insight
it
against
all
that.
hang out?
You
what
want-
you mean?
You know what? There's actually an off chance. There's actually an off chance that I could lose to that. So I'm going to roll. Actually, no, never mind. My passive insight beats it.
Good lord.
Wallace had made the right kind of roll to make that joke. Let it all hang out.
This character is a conversation machine.
I mean,
As is any
at
bard.
does Wallace react to
He's-
Elrod's obvious
Yeah,
bullshit?
he said, so you let it all hang out.
Oh, no, we had a good time, but we didn't, no,
In what?
do, anything, unsightly. She had
But
fun.
I thought.
Left check.
And you didn't?
Another bluff check? He had lots of fun. He just kind of, like, says this chipper as if, like,
You hear the sound of at the end of the bar as you guys are bumbling over each other, trying to one up Elrod and give him a hard time. Oi! You're not gonna keep me from 66,000 gold.
Hey.
oh, yes, Firebird, please, let's go now. And then we'll go check out the airship, because that sounds really cool.
Oh yes, I really want to see the airship.
No,
You
feel free. Go check out the airship. I think we have this under control.
I'm going to go too. I don't want you two killing each other over gold.
I've never been one for money anyway.
I'd say we should at least go check first. The airship isn't leaving until tomorrow. I mean, as much as I'd love to get to it right away, we should at least make sure the money and they're good for it.
You're free to
let's do it.
divide up however you wish.
Well, if they're not good for it, then it's going to be a rather fun conversation.
What was
Oh,
nice is,
I'd better go with
Please
that.
don't
team.
kill anyone.
well, there were 6 of us
Just
present
in
for the
case
kill.
Who said I was going to kill
needs
anybody?
I mean, I'm going with them just in case anyone needs to heal.
I don't fucking want you to come with us. You can go check out the airship.
Well, I don't care if you want me to go. Now I really want to go. Let's go.
Do you want us or do you not want us?
I'm
No, you're fine.
confused.
I'm talking to him.
She was talking to me.
I
I-
still think.
I feel like there's something I'm missing here.
Oh, don't worry. He's just.
I'll
cranky
take his
this early
place
in the
if no
morning.
one else wants to go.
What did Wallace say? You cut out the beginning.
I said I'll take his place if no one else wants to go. Since he doesn't want Elrod, apparently.
He doesn't want
no,
Kovan. He's telling
Doesn't like
Kovan he doesn't
Elrond,
want him.
apparently.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, if you insist, go ahead. Just remember the bandages goes, with the sticky side.
You'd know. He walks off.
Oh, he's so much fun in the morning.
We should. I'm worried they're going
Oh.
to kill each other over money. Let's split that evenly. He kind of shouts as Doran and Firebird kind of walk away without them. Elrod wanted to go, but it seems like they're leaving.
Before they leave, I'm actually gonna go up to them. Hey, Dawn, you remember the thing that I mentioned that I was looking for here the other night, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you see anything that might allude to where that might be, I would greatly appreciate if you told me,
Not a problem. That's my next destination.
so I can go see the airship now.
Feel free.
It skips off.
Elrod then approaches Doran. Hey, let's all try to split this treasure evenly, considering the 6 of us were the ones who took all the beatings.
Yes, completely evenly with the 5 of us.
Great. I'm gonna trust you on that. I don't have the energy to chase anyone down for it, and I believe that you wouldn't try to cheat us. I mean, what is it, 66? What was the amount missed? I don't think, forget,
It's
I'm just
6,000 ahead.
6,000 ahead is pretty evenly split. 66. 11 times 6,000. He says the amount. Divided by 6, very easy math. Okay. Alright. I'll be expecting my cut. Whatever. Airship time! He kind of takes off with Ayla.
So who's going to the airship and who is going to turn in the heads?
Heads.
Go to the airship.
Elrod's going for tails.
He was.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna follow
he
him.
certainly was last night.
Whoa!
Ha!
That's true.
Gay!
I think you got that backwards.
Okay, and Wallace, what
Oh.
are your two followers doing?
I'll have them go with them to the airship.
Airship? Okay.
I'll look at the airship. I don't fucking care about the money. I just made 15,000 gold.
1,500.
1600.
Oh, if that's the case, then bring them
I've
with
been
me.
that good at math.
I mean, you weren't there for the Hydra, so
It's
no,
all-
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's only one extra zero, and zero has no value, so it's basically the same thing, right, Koromon?
I mean, you
I,
got a
I
point.
can't even begin to explain to you how incorrect that is mathematically.
Bring my
Oh,
crew
whatever.
with me
Yeah,
to
no,
the
you just have to have
go
fun
to the
with it.
airship.
I'm not going to have fun with it when. Look, I'm not usually one for money, but I like to be duly compensated when I'm almost slashed open. Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't feel like that's unreasonable.
So long as I have enough to get by, and I do.
Yeah. This is how I look at it usually. Anyway, airship time.
Airship time.
Absolutely.
Airship time.
Airship time.
Okay. So could be all we're talking over each other. So Wallace, the followers are
They're gonna
going.
come with me now that they're all going with me.
Are y'all doing the airship first?
I didn't plan on doing the airship first. In fact, I'm trying to throw a map to the airship because I want to get to it tonight.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna see if I had time to give the weasel her medicine.
Yes,
but,
you do. Go ahead. We can do the airship first. I'll make it
Cool.
work.
Thank you.
Airship time.
And Mystic,
I'll
they're
make-
gonna come with me.
Okay. Oh my god, it has a non-see-through white background. Damn it. Hold tight. I need to open up paint.net real quick.
Don't worry, I'll give you time to fill those out.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to go grab a.
I think we need traveling music. Here's a map of
Hey,
the
oh.
airport. Oh
Oh
yeah, if you haven't noticed, it's raining.
Huh.
Here, you can have the dream music.
Ooh, perfect.
Please stand by. Please stand by. Please stand by.
God. Oh my god, our brother just spammed the shit out of the chat, didn't they?
Yeah,
What a silly.
it's
what a
just
silly-
been memes all the way through. Is there any there where on the map you guys want to visit on the way to the airship?
That's a great question.
Elrod wants
I
to go to
don't
the Trader's
know.
Market for some flowers.
Actually, does he say that? Does he make a joke like that in character?
Sure.
If I'm still around, I will.
Because yeah, they're all traveling together.
Yeah, you're all leaving the inn together, and then you guys are gonna split up.
Do I need to roll anything for that?
No, he's easily convinced if you say it. No, that is actually a good idea. If you're teasing him, he doesn't quite understand it. That's a great idea. Actually, I should do that. Let's we can stop by the market, or a place that would have flowers. I think. We would. Is there a map nearby of this city?
I'm sure we could find some locals and ask them.
That's a good
Fine, mister.
answer.
Buying mist more time to make maps. Buying mist more time. You know, you'll quickly learn that Elrod usually doesn't need a lot of convincing for most things, as long as you aren't trying to make him do bad boy things. All you missed
No,
was
I'm still trying to figure out what I need to check on.
To check what?
check what? What'd you say, Weasel?
I said I'm still trying to figure out what all I need to do checks on and what I don't need to do checks.
Oh, you're fine.
Gotcha.
I usually
no,
will
you're
let
good.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh no, I closed roll 20.
Yeah, no. With Elrod, he doesn't. I feel like your character would start to pick up on this by now, so I'll just spit it out. He's not good with jokes.
He's very
He's not good-
naive.
Yes. You tease him with that kind of thing, and he'll be like, "That's not a bad idea. I should do that." Most of the time.
That's just more oblivious,
Yes.
but also
That'd be fun
kind
for
of.
my character.
What was that?
So that should be fun for my character.
Oh no.
There.
Having
Okay,
flashbacks
this is
to
what you're
fellows.
getting. I'm not going to try to build land and everything around it either.
Okay.
So
Okay,
you're doing the airship first, so you have time?
yeah.
Or flowers. He's
Okay.
gonna pick up flowers.
So airship is Elrod, Koromon, Aelith, and Kovon.
Yep.
There's more NPCs here than you think. This is land you guys are going to be standing on. I'll move the map over in just a second. Elrod, you spend
Okay.
about... You really want to impress, so you spend like 5 gold on flowers.
Why are you buying
They're so
flowers for?
pretty. Oh, who
just
could
a little
he
surprised.
possibly be buying flowers for? You know that. You don't know that, Caleb?
I mean, I've seen people throw flowers.
It's like this, like he was originally, as you guys are walking through the market, he was kind of like blithering on about, oh, maybe I'll get her just one, and like he wanted to pick
okay.
out like one flower, and then he ended up getting like one of every flower. So he has lilies, he has orchids, he has roses, like in a little bundle, like things that are just really pretty and colorful.
Buying those all for Elvira.
Maybe.
There you go. So,
You really
Anyway.
like it, don't you? Huh?
never mind. Go ahead. Go. It's better.
He gets
I don't
really
know.
red.
Just talking to myself. What were you saying, Kovon?
I was just gonna say, do they have flowers where you're from?
I mean, I've spent most of my life, you know, on the road.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
What in the other times were there flowers or?
I mean, of course I've seen flowers.
Yeah, but I mean, don't flowers need light?
Light.
Yeah?
Oh,
Because she's a
never
drow.
mind. I don't think you're picking it up. Never mind.
Okay. Out of
If-
character, she stated, I think she lived her whole life up here. She stated
Yeah.
that out of character.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
well,
no, it's just,
Sylvan's
she said that.
naive.
She said that. Aelith said that in character.
Okay.
But
No, I'm standing
I'll-
out of character.
Okay.
Good to know.
I mean,
Never.
There. There's
I
an
will- I've-
attempt to make
I've
some
spent-
land.
I've spent my whole life above ground, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, I must have forgotten.
So in the
never mind.
In the light rain, you guys eventually make your way to the far eastern shore, which is where you guys originally approached from the sea with the Altarid. And you find a ship that is easily as big as the Altarid warship that you guys came across the ocean on. Except this thing is floating in the air. It's got these wing-like structures hanging off the side. You see massive, like, not even sure what to describe them, cylinders. Somebody say the proper word for cylindrical.
Cylindrical?
Yes, thank you.
Cylindrical.
Thank you.
Cylindrical.
On various on the under parts and on the sides, hanging off. There's massive masts sticking up in the air.
Oh, is this like an Enterprise-style airship?
Yes, it's very
Ah.
steampunky style.
It's beautiful.
It's not a zeppelin.
I love it.
It's more like an actual boat in the air with wings. You see Molly and Ovi and Taliba mingling about doing some chores. You see every now and then you see Umbra pop up, but the ship is actually pretty packed and it looks like it could hold several hundred people. As big as it is long, you can't even see the bottom of it hanging over the cliff. You're not sure how it's just sitting here without any kind of movement, but it's doing it and it's working.
Oh, this is so cool.
Everyone's gonna take a moment to just, as they're approaching it, just kind of study it mentally. Can you glean anything about how it might be working magically?
There's definitely some magic involved.
There is a lot of magic involved with this ship.
You know, it's smaller than I thought it would be.
Smaller.
Yeah.
It's bigger than the Altaran warship.
It's as
I
big
don't know.
as.
As big
There's
as.
something this big
Just
could
figured
fly.
there'd be gigantic fans on the side, or I don't know. I was picturing something different in my head again.
I'm trying to find you guys a natural reference pick for what I have in my head.
Honestly, I didn't know that this was possible. I mean, I knew that airships were a thing. I've heard about them, but I figured that they'd be like, I don't know, like a rowboat or a big, maybe slightly bigger. But this,
One time, some gnomish engineer got really ambitious back at home, and he attached a blimp to a boat, and it just kept floating away and landed on the land, and no one ever tried it again. I didn't realize someone made it work.
well, clearly they had a different plan in mind here.
You know what? Screw my description. I like this one better.
Oh, did you find one?
Yeah, I like this a lot better.
Oh, that's relatable. That's a mood.
I feel that. Did you just say it's a mood?
Yeah,
And you teased me for saying oof.
Here we go.
I said that specifically to mock you.
Rude.
Here's the airship.
Oof.
This is what it is.
Big oof. Nice.
Oh shit!
It's got like paddles.
Oh wait! Oh, I think that's from Final Fantasy IX. No, that's not the same airship. Looks similar though.
Mm.
But that is that what y'all see. That is so much better than my shitty description.
It's also made basically entirely of metal.
Yeah.
Shit.
So
Oh
it's like
ship.
so it's like an alpha version of that ship.
Oh.
Yeah,
well,
an
then
alpha
never mind,
version.
It is. It's.
Okay.
It's, never mind. I thought it. I
It's
take
probably
that
got
back.
more wood than it does metal.
Give it 20 years and that's what it would look like.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But that is a rough idea there. So, you guys are sitting on the cliff's edge. There's a pair of guards in there. They're actually, surprisingly, they're sporting emblems of Saloon on their chest plate.
Are they human?
They're human. And the way on is like right here. The ship probably should move down just a tad bit. There you go.
It just suddenly moves.
Just hear it grinding against the cliff.
You're good. You're good.
Backing up.
Backing up.
Beep beep beep.
Oh damn! I didn't realize it was that big. Whatever. It's just for effect. Shut up.
I got it.
Can we help you?
Yes, we are friends of some of the crew, I suppose. Who is the
We're-
captain of this vessel? if
We're
I may
friends
ask?
with Umbra and the Redheads.
Elvira,
Oh,
Taliba,
yeah.
Umbra, Molly.
Ah, you're with them. Come on aboard.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
If I may
These are
ask,
Flowers given away.
he kind of hides them behind his back.
Oh.
If I may ask, who is the captain of this vessel? Just so we know who to address if we might meet them.
Okay. Don't make assumptions based on the token. I am.
Oh, she's at the gate.
She steps up right here.
That one.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, a pleasure to meet you, Captain. He'll do like his half elven little half bow.
Illustria.
Air of curtsies. Yes, a pleasure.
Welcome. What brings you to my ship? And it's an
Well-
Altaran woman. But unlike most of the Altaran y'all have met in the typical deserty garb and stuff, she is full on long slacks, button up shirt, full on captain's regalia. Even has the big hat. And the sword on her hip is easily a two-handed sword for anybody smaller than, like, Kovan. And it's not a scimitar.
Ooh.
That should be noted for an Altaran.
I am Elrod Phelan. We are friends with a portion of the adventurers from your crew. We wish to visit the ship and, well, visit them as well.
We want to
Yeah.
board the ship. We've business.
May
Uh,
we come aboard, Captain?
Depends. Are you going to sign up for the war?
You cut out at the end. You gonna sign up for what?
The war.
The war.
Yes, we
Oh.
have very little room left on this airship. We're only going to take on anyone else who agrees to travel on to the war.
Elvira mentioned something like that. The against the orcs in the south, yes?
Yes, I'll remember what Isle.
I would need to consult with the rest of my party, but I do believe that sounded like the general consensus. I think.
Am I allowed to just visit? For now?
Oh, alright. Come on, come on. They could use
Yes,
some new faces aboard the ship for a little bit.
It skips onto the deck.
Elrod lights up and charges after her.
Get on.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
as soon as they're allowed passage on, all of the the courtesy that Aelith was paying, just like the diplomatic face just disappears, and she like skips up the way to the ship with like a childlike smile.
Oh yeah, Elrod's like, I'm assuming is Elvira like literally like right there?
Yeah, her and
She's like
Taliba are
busy.
working on like this. It looks like a giant artillery style crossbow, like a ballista, only much more portable.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Aelith, I never thought I'd see anything like this. This is amazing.
I know, right? It's magnificent.
Oh my
I
god.
wonder how it works.
He's actually gonna, now that Elrod's on the ship, he's gonna take a pause and kind of like stare at the masts and then look over at the sails and try to more accurately try to
Athletics.
gauge.
Yeah, you
They're on
athletics the crap out of those.
I flex at the boat. No, that is
Coromon.
athletics again. I.
Coromon suddenly gets aroused for no reason.
There we go. There we go.
After 10,000 years.
Now that you're on the ship, you can pick up more of a source of arcane coming from deeper within the belly of the ship,
Hmm?
and a
Must
lot of
have
it coming from the the steam pillars and stuff like that.
I'm detecting this ship doesn't just run on steam.
Oh, that'd be
Some
silly,
powerful- Who says that? The captain?
Illustria.
Oh, of course. No, I've never seen such a thing. But I could just sense the magic from it. What land does this vessel hail from? Where was it made, if I may ask?
There's a small island far to the south, with a few customs far different than most of the world's. But they make some of the finest weapons and machinery this world has ever seen so far in its young life. It was sent to us as a gift from a one... Well, he only signed the form as Arkin.
Arkin?
He's
look
the
over
person you mentioned before, isn't it?
Arkin requisitioned this vessel?
Elvira's finally going to step up. Not just requisitioned it, his own people flew it to the island, and they've been using it since to quickly get about the world and pick up more recruits.
You didn't tell me your friend owned an airship.
I didn't know he owned anything other than anger and hitting doors down really hard. I apologize. I spent many months with Arkin. We were close. Wow. Goodness.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Everyone tells Striggins to feel better. Rest
Feel
up,
better,
bud.
Striggins.
Yeah, rest well.
Corman flexes and punches Thorn in the arm.
And he
From
passes
across space.
Yeah, feel better, bud.
He's already gone.
Yep.
Rip.
So, and Illustria kind of misquoted what I told y'all last session. Is it actually is Arkin's airship. Elvira told y'all last session that they were they brought it to the island, and then they were using it and other captains to sail the vessel about and pick up more recruits.
My word. What a magnificent vessel.
This is
I-
amazing.
I apologize for my outburst. I spent my youth in a port city, and I've never seen anything like this. I do quite like ships. He just kind of stops himself from rambling. The flowers are still hidden behind his back, so at least the captain can't see them. Which sucks because Elvira's behind him.
It's a very pretty boat.
Arkin says in the distance.
The ghost of Arkin past.
Ghost of Arkin Pass. The Raven Queen demanded a beautiful vessel.
Suddenly,
I think your rage broke, Vegeta.
so you guys are gonna have some time here to explore the ship at your leisure. Do you want to give Elvira her flowers?
Is there a time where he can kind of catch her alone, or when she seems to appear done with her task, he doesn't want to interrupt and get her in trouble?
Eventually, he'll find the time.
Then yes.
Okay.
And of course, he's gonna give her a big hug.
She seems quite embarrassed by the situation, and Talia's just kind of staring the two of you down again. Molly is glaring at you as she finally walks by at some point.
He tried to catch her alone, but it is a boat.
Talia's always at her side. She's pretty much like Talia's mother right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you know those rumors get spread around a ship real quick.
They can sniff them out. But we're going to take this time to go over to the other half.
Does that mean that secrets are arcane?
Yes.
What are you hiding? Oh shit.
Right.
So they're not called seamen, are they? What are they called now?
Air.
Whoa.
Man.
There's
Airwoman.
flying fish.
Flying fish. Jeez.
The Royal
Okay.
Air Force.
So then this half is Wallace, the slaves, and I'll flip it over in just a second. The music actually ended up being very fitting.
Yeah. Wait, did Wallace come with us, or did
No,
he go
Wallace-
with the money people?
Wallace went with Dorn and Firebeard.
Got
God,
I
this-
knew I friggin' recognized it. Sorry.
What is the music?
Legend of Legaia.
This feels like a very Final Fantasy IX moment to me.
Yeah.
It was giving off the Final Fantasy vibe with the music for sure.
Mhm. I have
So,
fond memories of that game.
we've got Wallace, Dorn, Firebeard, Beardfire, and the followers, correct? Oh,
Sound right to me?
and Half Pint.
See.
Can't forget Half Pint.
I
Okay.
don't know, my half pints piss me off. Don't know.
Half Pint is a real dog.
No, well,
He's a
her name's Zoe, but that's what half pints based off of.
Did your dog roll Half Pint stats?
With her D20 tennis ball, yeah.
Does she actually have a D20 tennis ball?
I don't know if they make those, but if they did, that'd be pretty funny.
That'd be great.
I'm sure they do.
And impressive.
I mean, okay, yeah,
That
they
moment,
exist.
everyone hits their Google search button.
I typed D20 DO and it autofilled dog toy. They exist. There's also a D20 cat treat toy where when they roll onto the 20, a treat comes out the bottom. How long do you think it takes the cats to figure out that if they just set it down with the 20 side up that it gives them a treat?
You know, pretty quick. Like, quicker than you'd think. Probably.
Oh, I'm aware.
Hmm.
My cousins have a cat, and one of my cousins is allergic to cats.
Mhm.
And so when they got the cats, he started locking his door to his room when he was sleeping, and one day, like a couple of years after they got the cats, he started waking up with the cats sleeping on his chest because they figured out how
Okay.
to slip under the door.
Good gravy.
Sorry about that.
It's fun.
Hmm.
Alright, Dorn, Wallace, the followers, and Firebeard, who is not here in person. You guys, following the tip you guys got when you first entered town, which was the signposting posted by Lady Briti, B-R-I-T-I, who was the one seeking the reward. Or
Lady
the
Breda.
Briti, B-R-I-T-I, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. She was the one
Ready.
seeking the return of the monster in the cave's head. And I did a horrible job not spoiling things. I didn't shade anything. Oh well. You guys are good with imagination. You guys were eventually led to a portion of town. I probably should have done this first, showed you this part. Eventually led here to this small little, and let me make sure it's right because I don't have it labeled on y'all's map. I feel like I've heard this music before. I just grabbed something random.
It does sound familiar.
Sounds Zelda-y and or Final Fantasy.
Sounds Warcrafty.
Or Lord of the Rings-y.
Sounds fantasy-y.
Fantasy-y.
Yeah, there we go.
Perfect. Umbrella.
Where the freak is my Railport map?
You got it up right now.
No,
Those
not
are your-
the one that I have that has all the other stuff labeled. So you guys couldn't just go run during wherever you wanted. Well, I mean you can, but you know what I mean. Whatever. I'm pretty sure it's this one right here. This western house over here. This has got to be Warcraft
Yes.
or something.
Yep. This is the Ghostlands.
Oh, cool. Perfect.
Oh!
Yeah. Actually, wait, no. Is this the Ghostlands, or is this...
There
or
it
is this Ice... I think it's Ice Crown, actually.
Yes, this is correct. Lady Britty. This one right here. Okay, reorganize. Let's do this. Eventually you guys reach this house here. And you guys approach. It's a very well done house. It's 2-story. Very fine outside. You see a lot of crates and stuff off on one side of the house. The light rain is starting to let up just a little bit. And as you approach, there seems to be a single door with a stairwell leading up. The door is closed, of course.
I'm gonna knock on it with my staff.
Alright, as you hear the light echo of the knock, you hear this small fluttering noise. Lady Breedy! Lady Breedy! Somebody at the door! And despite the creature's tiny, literally, size, the door is pulled open by this... Well, let's say it's called a pixie.
Pixies.
And here's what she looks like.
I'm gonna name you Petunia.
This is what you see. Very nobly dressed. She answers and goes, "Whoa, we got a lot of visitors. Hello, what can we do for you?"
I have some heads to deposit with your lady.
You slayed the beast?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them.
I see. Well, such mighty fine adventurers like yourselves should be welcome into the house of Lady Breedy. Please, please, do come in. Find a seat. Make yourselves comfortable here in the waiting area.
We appreciate your hospitality, and he proceeds into the manor.
And as quickly as she enters the door, she flutters off elsewhere, and with the door sitting open for you all.
I look at Dorn and said, "Man, I thought I was small."
I'd be careful with that one. They might not appear to be, but they are very magical.
As you guys filter on in, and Firebird plops down right here on the couch, holding the bag of holding with the Hydra heads in it very securely. Lady Breety eventually emerges. And what you see before you is an Eladrin woman. A much older Eladrin woman with long blonde hair. She is
Oh, if only Elrod were here.
lanky.
Right?
She looks like this.
Are you linking images or something?
Yeah, they're in the gifts channel.
Oh.
so I can put them on stream because that's the one I have set up.
Gotcha. Toy.
So that's Lady Breety, and this is the one above it is Iris.
Just gonna quickly steal that Iris picture. The next campaign that I'm running has a lot of Fae in it, so
It's not always
Anything
about
else?
you, Aelith.
yes it is.
Quit stealing my character. No, I can't say that. They're not my artwork. Credit goes out to whoever draws these things. Honestly, we love the artists out
really
there, especially the ones
These are not my
D&D
images.
artists.
All images shown are brought out by online.
Yes.
I think I've stolen like 3 tokens from you now though.
Thank you, Weasel, for that disclaimer.
I'll be completely honest. I found the guy who made Elrod's original artwork, like his Tumblr and his DeviantArt. I'm tempted to whisper him and say, "Hey, thanks."
You
I
should.
used your guy as a token for like a year.
You should.
I should.
Yeah. You should
Uh.
ask him if like you could pay him to draw like an official Elrod.
If we get to 20 and I need an epic Elrod token, I'll do it.
She's wearing this long black dress with a purple inset with the corset part in the middle. As she's walking about, you guys make a perception check as she walks into the room.
Half pint.
Oh, he's sniffing about. I believe you get what, a plus 1 or 2 to your perceptions through him. You have to check your sheet, bud. Half Pint seems a little distracted by the scent of something else.
Trying to find it.
Thinks he does.
He
It's
smells
on the
breakfast.
very bottom of your page, either under feats or under... Or you know what, it may be on your... in your spell sheet, under the... I think I put it in the notes about your familiar. It's on like the very last tab of all your spells. It's the information about that familiar.
Gain +2 to perception checks.
Yeah, so you got an 11 there.
And +2 to endurance. So.
Yeah, endurance for dealing with heat and... Why is there 2 irises? Dealing with heat and everything else.
I'm not there.
Apparently I can roll. Oh, you say you're sniffing, right?
Yeah,
What? It says I have a minor action where with a +5 bonus to sniffing out stealth.
okay,
Concealed
then
in-
you can. That's fine. You can just turn that into a +5. Half Pint gets distracted because he starts chasing something small across the floor. Dorian, you kind of get a glimpse of it too. It's just a small black bug that just goes skittering across the floor randomly. I'll say you can tell it's a beetle.
Nature.
It was a scarab beetle.
Ooh.
Peculiar thing to have running around your house.
We've had an infestation of them lately. Another one of those little, dare I say it, shape-shifting infiltrations. And brought a bunch of bugs into the city. It's disgusting. Iris has
Well,
been...
at least it'll clean up the filth.
Yes, Iris has been hunting them for weeks. May I present Lady Pretty of the Feywild.
Damn, I really wish Elrod was here now.
My lady?
What?
Well, hey, you've wanted to go see a fucking airship.
Hey, I wanted to go originally, but I got muscled into going.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Iris says you have slain the beast, or should I say beasts, of the
Plural.
of the cave.
We have 11 new friends for you.
11. May I see them?
11.
Firebeard, open your sack.
Iris just giggles. Firebird kind of pulls the bag open and just starts dumping them out on the floor. So you said 6,000 for every head, right?
That was the agreement.
Yes,
6,000 a head.
we did think it was only one, but it seems to me this Is that a Hydra head? Heads?
Heads.
Ah, well then. It would be cruel of me to deny you a reward for each head, for surely it took a lot of skill for such fine champions to slay such a creature. Iris,
It was more trouble than you could possibly believe. We almost lost one of our companions. Where the hell is?
it was Firebeard. You actually almost
Oh.
lost him.
That's right. We actually did almost lose him. I can't even. I don't have to lie about that. That would be diplomacy.
Look at my beard.
It's singed.
It had babies.
He's hidden the egg away at this point. Obviously, walking through town, he's not going to be as open about that, I would think.
Probably.
Then again, it is Firebeard. I see. Iris, do keep them company for a moment. I will go fetch. Oh dear, 6,000. 11. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She kind of nudges one with her foot. 11.
12, 13, 14, 15.
No, there's 11 there. Could you put them back in the bag for now? They're bleeding out all over my floor.
That's 66,000. Jesus.
Oh yes.
So that'll be 66,000 gold. Do you accept platinum pieces? Astral diamonds?
Diamonds would probably be easiest. They might be difficult to break, but at least they're. Oh wait, no. Diamonds are.
Astral
There's no
diamonds.
currency.
Yeah.
Platinum is probably gonna make more sense because I think astral diamonds are like
They're like
what
10,000
10,000 gold.
gold. I think so. I can tell you when I get into one of y'all's sheets. I forget.
I
Y'all,
think because platinum's 1,000.
y'all spread.
so-
Yeah, y'all spreadsheet does the math for you too.
Yeah, it'd make more sense to have essentially 6 platinum ahead.
Yeah.
It's worth $1 million in the
What?
book. No,
No, it can't be.
no.
Make sure it says in gold, not silver.
Oh, 10,000 gold or 100 platinum per astral diamond.
Yeah.
So the cheapest way to pay, or the easiest way for her to pay them would be 1 astral diamond, and like if we were to split it up, 1 astral diamond each, and 10,000 gold or 100 platinum.
Yeah, 1 astral diamond each. Exactly. Yes, that.
Okay.
Hey, you don't have to fix that. Leave it where it was.
No, I was checking the numbers. Don't worry.
I know, but I like where it was.
1 astral diamond and 100 platinum, because it's 11,000
Each.
Yes.
for the OG party. Sorry, Wallace.
Right. Well, I will be
Alright,
right
then
back.
let me see your bank account go up. That's the only problem.
Well, can I get you guys anything to drink, to eat? Yeah.
Do you have anything that's not tofu?
Oh, yes. Lady Pretty imports the finest meats.
Could I please have some of your meat, Iris?
I mean, here, right now?
I mean,
Those chuckles.
I
right
mean
now?
that in the most innocent of senses. The word.
Oh, well, sorry. It's been a while since a human came on to me. I just had to make sure. That's a pixie for you. Yes, I'll be right back. Plenty of meat for you.
Oh my god, I hope it's bacon. I mean,
So-
oh my Bahamut, I think. I hope
So you
it's
guys are
bacon.
just kind of hanging out for a few minutes. You're free to kind of explore the waiting area that you're in, as the door they've gone in and out of is closed every time. You
Why
notice...
do I feel like she's hiding something?
I mean, if you want to go take a look around, feel free. I'm gonna wait here for my money.
Elrod's gonna buy
I'm just
everything.
along for the ride.
Wallace, second roll a perception check. As you're kind of, glancing about, waiting, trying to kill some time, you notice a few different things on the wall. One of them is a collection of beetles. Each one of them pried apart and skewered just right through the middle. with a little pin, much like a bug collection would be. They're all solid black. And they seem to decorate several rows, but what's peculiar most is that each little skewer seems to be a tiny little sword. You notice
I'll
there's
walk over and examine it.
you notice there's a few of these up. She didn't mention a beetle problem.
Would I know beetles mean death or some sort?
I mean, it depends on the belief.
Bye, Kovan. Hope you find your dad.
Sleep well.
I didn't realize that she was such a student of entomology.
Yeah, she really seems to be into beetles, doesn't she?
Well, food should be. Oh, yes, you've seen the collection. Those are mine.
And why are you collecting them?
Well, isn't it the sign of a proud warrior to display your kills to threaten off other enemies? I thought maybe if I kept killing the beetles and sticking them on the wall, the others would see and promptly quit entering the house.
I like you. What do you use for a weapon?
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Well, anything really. Let me show you. Put your staff on the ground.
Oh, Dorn is totally game. He puts it down right there.
Oh, did Kovan leave?
Yes, Kovan had to go. So she flutters down to it and she touches it, and this is what happens. As she touches it, the staff shrinks down to pixie size, and she's able to just hold it up and wield it like a weapon.
Ah, neat. Very clever.
That does go back to regular size, right?
Yeah, it will eventually.
Wait, hold on. Eventually.
Yeah,
Like,
in about a day or so. Which makes you wonder.
Well, looks like you got another half inch on him.
I have to touch the ones in the cabinet every day, or they explode out of the cabinets.
okay.
She hands it back to you.
I guess I can use it as a toothpick.
Sorry. The good news is it keeps all the stats.
Just don't hit people with it.
Oh
Well,
no,
at least it's about my size now.
he can still hit people with it. It's just like a small improvised weapon.
Looks like a toothpick. He stabbed you with it. That's beautiful.
Maybe you should get an umbrella and you can use it with your drink.
Oh, that's funny. Yes. Oh, I have food cooking, actual real meat. If you guys would like to come sit in here and have a seat in the dining area, we'll be happy to serve you some dinner.
Oh, that would be most wonderful and generous.
I'm following you, short stick.
He's gonna look back and stare at Wallace and go, "It's not the size that counts, it's how you use it." And he's gonna walk for the...
Oh, right, begs to differ.
Told every woman that my whole life, buddy.
And as you guys are flying into the room, you see Iris like whip out a tiny dagger and go diving to the floor to stab another beetle running around.
Zora, you took my seat.
Oh, sorry, sir.
I'd rather you be on either side of me.
Understandable. Better protected that way.
Correct. One of us just lost something.
So, Iris, are you a servant here, or...
I came through from the Feywild with Lady Breezy, and I've been here ever since. I serve the lady, I help her cook and clean and, you know, survive. Ever since the
What did
passing
she
of her...
do to you to earn your service?
Oh, we've known each other for centuries.
Centuries?
Yes, I mean, she is an Eldridge, she's several hundred years old.
Well, yes, but
Uh-huh.
normally your people only really act as servants if some great deed was done for you or your family. I was just curious.
Oh, yes, well, things happen in the Feywild, and sometimes the smaller creatures need saving.
Do you have any ale?
It's 9 in the morning. You really want some ale?
I think
Not for
Firebeard
me,
most
for my
certainly.
dog.
Oh, it's for your dog. Wait, what? It's for your dog?
What can I say? He loves ale.
Oh, oh, okay, I'll go get that. She flutters away again. Ah, I see you guys have made yourself comfortable.
We were invited in by Iris.
Iris, yes, she's a sweet thing, isn't she? Lady Birdie
How do
eventually.
you two know each other?
Oh, well, I saved her family from a fire in the Feywild years ago.
Ah, yes, that would explain it. She was very vague about the details.
That's because she started it.
Oh.
Cost her most.
Well, we've all been there.
They cost her most of their village, but with a little help from a more novice spellcast or more controlled spellcaster, we were able to set everything right. She's felt indentured ever since. Anyways, and she plucks a pouch from her hand. 6 platinum pieces. And, I'm sorry, 6 astral diamonds and 6 platinum pieces. Should be 66,000 gold coins worth of a reward.
Much appreciated.
Are y'all staying for breakfast?
I hear that you have meat, and he's going to just be all teeth and big.
She chuckles. Very well.
If it's not imposing, of course.
Well.
I'm sorry, but Tofaken.
Yes, the tavern has awful food. And if Iris invited you, and I'm sure it is quite worth having you around. Besides, you save tourism for this poor city. That's all we really have. Yeah, you've got some interesting folk over here. I've not seen an elf quite like this one before.
Nor I.
Where are you from?
We are from the southern hemisphere.
Ah, the lands to the south. Desert.
Yes, there's plenty of that.
Oh, it's been centuries since the wild elves of the deserts of the Feywilds crossed over. Nice to see they're still thriving. You're a charming looking one. And she kind of reaches out and touches Zaylee on the cheek, and Zaylee just kind of inches away from her. Yeah? Well, do feel free to stay for breakfast. All of you.
She's a vampire!
Delia, you okay?
Zaylee was uncomfortable from the touch, but nothing in Lady Britti really seemed to be, I mean, it was a little creepy.
I wasn't going for the act, more of just the entire situation. She's a little bit cold for an Eladrin, so just kind of reading.
She's old as shit.
Dawn. Don't you find it a little bit weird that she said if she finds us suitable to be?
That is odd.
I thought she was her servant.
I thought so too.
Bacon, bacon, who wants some bacon? Bacon,
Yes,
real
me.
bacon.
Me.
Iris flutters over, just drops, like she's having to hover it around. She just drops stacks of bacon on everybody's plate around the table. Ah. Oh, I
Oh,
see.
you
You do,
divine
right?
creature.
You can make a mini kebab out of your little stuff then.
Hmm.
Oh, the tiny staff jokes will never end.
Have you been in a pool lately, Dawn? I see your staff has shrunken.
It was cold.
Oh my
I
god.
like warm places.
It was raining.
Oh my god.
Elrod's totally gonna say that.
Have you guys seen the airship?
Yes, our friends brought it. Well,
Wait.
there.
You know the people that brought it?
More of acquaintances for me, but my companions know them.
Ah, I see. They never had anything like that in the Feywild. That's so cool.
It's a bit new for me as well. I've never actually seen one.
Can I roll stealth for half mine?
For what?
Try to steal a piece of bacon off Soren's plate.
Off Sora's plate? Yeah, go ahead.
Beautiful.
I've never exactly been good with technology.
Actually, it would be thievery.
I'd be concerned that something like that would just drop out of the sky.
It does seem a bit crazy, but apparently they have a lot of magicists on that thing. Okay.
Have you not visited it?
No, not quite yet. I wanted to, but it's hard to leave Lady Breedy here alone. She's getting up there in age, especially for an Eladrin.
Iris, does she serve you or do you serve her? She mentioned something about you saying that we're okay, so it's okay for us to be here. Just curious.
She says I have a good judge of character.
Ah, I see.
She just smiles.
Hmm.
Yep. Oh, right, Ale. I'll be right back.
Character?
The?
Is
Did
everybody...
that fight succeed, by the way?
He was sneaky about it, and then as he tried to reach up and actually take a piece off Sora's plate, she caught him. Are y'all
Okay,
enjoying
go on.
breakfast?
This might be my favorite place in all of Railport.
Oh, you flatter me. You humans sure do know how to be charming. Zalia's
I'd
like
always...
watching her carefully now. She's like, "You're not gonna touch me again, are you? Dear. You have customs changed that much from your times in the Feywild?" No. What they have is a slave. Not his slave. Before that.
I was about to say, Dorn would probably look up and stare daggers at the little halfling.
They're not my slaves, Doran.
Wallace just immediately says that as she comments it. Ale! Who wants ale? The dog wants ale. The dog wants ale. Oh! The dog is like a ghost. All flickery,
Is
but he's still
something wrong?
fuzzy. Oh my god, the stupid token won't move. It's getting all squished. Screw it, it's just a regular token. She flutters about, finds a small bowl, fills it with some of the ale, and sets it on the floor for Wallace.
Oh, Iris, you can enlarge yourself. I didn't realize.
God damn it, Dorn.
It's just not your staff.
Oh my god.
Now, if you could enlarge my staff, that would be much appreciated. I need to leave.
And Iris zips off again to put the ale up. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. Impressive, only 5 of you took the creature down.
I believe there was Firebeard, Elrod. He kind of counts on his fingers. 6?
Ah, so there are others.
There are. Our friends are visiting the airship at the moment.
Oh, well, that's no fun. It's raining.
Hmm.
They should come here and eat a real breakfast that isn't plants.
Well, we don't have to tell them they missed a divine meal.
Nonsense. Heroes should be rewarded. I'll send Iris that way at once.
Okay.
Although, she can take her time if you want to indulge a little bit.
You know me so well, and we just met. And he just grins and scarfs.
I say, Iris! Yes, Lady Pretty. You can finally go to the airship and bring back their friends. I want to feed all the heroes. It's only fitting. Yes, ma'am. Right away. I'll be back. Bye.
Shouldn't she ask their names? Or was she in the room? I'm sorry. I am half AFK for a sec.
Iris is going 100 miles an hour.
She's gone.
And she's gone. Okay, that's not gonna work.
Wonder if I can ask Iris to do her special trick on Elrod's undies.
Oh my god, no.
Oh my god. They would just
No,
rip off.
you should make him do it on the flowers.
Too late.
I'm sorry, did I miss something?
Oh, nothing. Just a joke about our very awkward companion.
I see.
He's in love.
I believe he may have a strong attraction to a long-lost friend.
Well, they weren't lost for very long, were they?
Didn't take very long at all. Although I don't really remember the rest. I remember they were together, and then they departed, and then I remember waking up.
So to save on a little bit of time, because it is getting late, Iris is eventually going to make her way to the airship and gather up Cormon and Kovan and Aelith and Elrod, and invite y'all back as champions of the Leaky Cave for breakfast comprising of real food. Which is probably going to get the attention of Aelith and Cormon and Kovan quite quickly.
Can I ask Lady Pretty a question?
Sure.
Lady Pretty, do you know anything about a green light in the sky?
A green light in the sky. You
Me and
know,
my colleagues saw it last night while roaming the town.
I can't say that I do. No.
Well, maybe it was just the ale.
Thinking on it. Maybe I have. Ever had something that seems like it's happened, but you're not quite sure if it really did?
I think one of our companions is going through that right now.
You're not completely wrong.
My goodness.
I'll keep my eye on the
Yes, I know
skies
what you
tonight.
mean.
I'll keep my eyes on the sky tonight and see what I see. And welcome to the house of Lady Breedy. Right beyond this door is her house. Her house, it's full of stuff and neat stuff. Please don't touch it or break it. Don't mind the beetles. We had a bit of an infestation because of another infiltration into the city. So if you see one, feel free to step on it, okay? Okay.
Oh.
Welcome in.
Oop.
Bye.
My
Okay.
lady, just another quick question. Sorry. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Oh shit! What the hell was the name of that? What the hell was that instrument? Was it a lute?
It was was it a
Uh,
flute?
Protein loot.
Yeah, protein lute.
Yes.
This
Alright,
one
well-
is going to be a more stranger question. Have you heard of any special loot? Patrons at the bar were discussing it, and I overheard it, and I happen to be a music lover, and I was just curious what you could tell.
Ah, I know what you're talking about. They claim it to have magical properties.
Wait, instruments can be magical?
They can. Like some of the greatest bards of the world have magical instruments. I have something like that in my possession. It
I
was
have
left.
fun runs to the dining room opening door and starts barking.
Do I
Bark, bark,
do I
bark,
hear
bark.
that? Do I hear her mention that?
No.
Elrod will start awkwardly opening the door.
Bark, bark,
Hello?
bark, 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 bark,
Oh,
bark.
hello, puppy.
Yes, it was left here many years ago, and it went to the highest bidder, I should say. If you're interested, I'd be happy to show you. It's on upstairs.
I would be most honored.
Elrod's in the room by that point. I don't know if Aelith would have followed.
Now arriving more guests. We have Rodel and Lethe and Vulcan
Please.
and Mancora.
The rod. The rod.
She said everybody's name wrong.
Perfect. I am Elrod Phelan, Lady Pretty. He does his traditional bow, a little deeper considering he notices she's an Eldrin right away. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Phelan, you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Come closer to me, boy.
Yes? He'll take a few slow steps towards her.
He's failing for a beating.
Oh, God.
She's gonna kind of reach out carefully, and pushing back your hair.
He
I could
blinks awkwardly.
I could see it in the pupils. And your ears are the same, not quite like hers, and she gestures over to Aelith. You are a half-breed, but not of the elven sort. You are of the Fey sort.
Yeah, yes.
Mother?
Yeah.
Ah, of course it was.
He kind of smiles awkwardly. I hope that's not a problem. Sorry.
And you are one of the champions of this group?
Yes. Well, one of the original members of the party, yes. Sort
I
of.
see.
Long story.
Well, you must be quite powerful. Please, have a seat, enjoy some breakfast.
Does
Iris,
she react?
more
does she
bacon
react
for
to his-
everyone.
Yay.
Did you say
Does-
bacon?
Yes,
Real bacon?
yes.
Bacon's all gone.
I could go for some real bacon.
Insight check. Did he really eat all of the bacon? I'm rolling an insight check on that.
That's visible at the moment, yes.
I mean, like, if he literally ate every piece of bacon in the house.
Oh.
Does she seem to react to all of his, like, amulets of Corellon that look kind of corroded, and he's clearly made an effort to clean them, but they're not...
No.
Okay, cool. They don't quite look like his. Except the one around his neck that's, mithril. And very
Where the
shiny.
flowers go, Elrond?
Oh, she loved him. You notice, like, a very light lipstick mark on his cheek. So-
I love how I don't even have to roll bluff a lot, roll insight a lot of the time.
What is your
That's up
passive
to me.
insight?
27.
Ah. You just kind of get Dorn this look like, come on, there's gotta be more bacon.
Yep.
Ah.
Oh, please.
We need more. Some of you have to sit out in the lobby, I'm sorry.
It's okay. One of them
Oh.
can stay there.
Don't worry, I don't think Corman
This
can
chair
get
is
to the
wide
door
enough.
anyways.
I mean, the chair is wide enough. Oh, Aelith has made herself comfortable.
Yeah, he's a rather crazed priest. He has very strange values and can't quite decide who he wants to be. Very, very dangerous creature overall. It's better that he stays out there with the mo.
Oh, he's not that bad.
And you, child.
I look up at her. Hello?
Something's off about you.
Off?
Yes.
How do you mean? I assure you, there's nothing strange about me. Well, nothing more strange than there would be about a traveling performer.
Hold still.
I will be
Okay.
watching.
Elrod
Hold
just kind of...
perfectly still.
Elrod casually places his hands on his lap, and one is near his sword. The one that's on his hip, the Corellan one.
Would I notice anything going on?
She's
Oh,
not. She's doing the same thing to her that she was doing to Elrod. So it seems.
Okay.
She's just kind of
Well,
running, checking behind her ears and stuff, or her ears and everything.
Oh shit! That's all he sees then. Damn. I don't know.
It's
what to
okay.
do with it.
I got your
I don't know.
back.
22 with a nat 1. Good lord.
Yeah,
Right.
you're friggin' retarded.
Hey,
I rolled a 15 and got a 30.
Aelith, I need you to roll that bluff check.
Okay. Oh, the number didn't update properly.
No, I know what
Fuck.
it is. Don't worry.
Yeah, I may have screwed up the number entirely by accident.
I don't remember if I made you a button for that or not. Oh well.
I have it.
Okay.
Wait.
Well, I mean that
Fuck.
I know it gets added to it. Don't worry.
Okay.
I have the ability in the right here.
Yeah. I screwed up my bluff mod value.
It's okay.
It would be.
I have a speech check prepared in case this goes wrong.
If it goes wrong, I don't think there's any amount of explanation you can
Okay,
possibly
should
give.
should I re-roll it now that I've fixed the value?
I've studied my Corellan
No,
lore.
I know what the bonus to it is.
All right, awesome.
No, of course it didn't do it. Oh, the syntax is wrong. Obviously, this is a hidden roll on purpose.
Of course.
Okay. She leans in very closely to Aelith. Everyone's feel free to roll perception.
Sure, I will. Elrod's kind of watching uncomfortably. 18.
My passive is 23. Do I need to roll?
Yes.
Yikes.
Haha, nope.
Should I?
No, because this is being whispered to you.
Okay.
At least she's right next to Elrod. Would he get any sort of bonus for being right next to her?
A little one.
Probably wouldn't matter, but okay.
Did I still get my plus 2?
Yeah.
What about for having elf ears?
What do your elf ears hear? They hear a little bitch. On the wind. Also, Telos is at it again.
Aelith,
Ew.
I will let you decide if Elrod can have a copy of that whisper or not. With his 18.
Hey, let's call.
I'm thinking on it. You know what? Yeah, he's right there.
Okay. Only because y'all are literally sharing a chair. I'll send it to him.
Okay, yeah, cause okay, so nah, I'm not gonna roll something for that. Although, I will say, like, just cause Elrod is this close, and based on his perception check, Aelith clenches her fists in her lap.
Now that Wallace notices, that Dorn notices, that Aelith kind of tenses up slightly.
You'd also notice Elrod just like as what's her name, Lady Bati? I can't see it.
Lady Briti.
As Lady Britti whispers in Aelith's ear, he kind of just glances over and is like, not the Stewie head turn, but like a slow pseudo like glare in the direction, and then glances over at Dorn.
Is there something wrong?
Everything all right?
Hmm?
And as she pulls away, Aelith, there's a small black beetle running up your leg.
Oh, the imp told us we should squash those. That must have been it.
I sort of flick my leg to try and throw it off.
At about the same time, Iris comes flying out with more floating plates of bacon, and she sees this bug go flying across the room. She throws him up in the air and goes zipping across the room with a tiny dagger, aimed straight for the thing.
Tiny
Speaking of that,
I-
y'all should see Dawn's new staff.
A new staff. Oh, did you get that instead of your payment, Dawn? What'd you get?
The pixie was showing me one of her tricks, and he pulls out his tooth.
Is your pick?
Were you in a pool? Or something, Dawn? Your staff is looking small.
It was rather cold out, and here we are. It's hilarious.
He just breaks up laughing. Telos told me that one. I'm sorry.
I don't get it.
I don't know. I just said it. It was funny. Because his staff is tiny. Look at it. It's perfect.
It was only funny
pointed
because
to
of how Aelith is just like, out of all that laughing, and there's just Aelith going, I don't get it. Ah,
Get
yes.
it? Look how tiny it is.
Dorn, you mentioned an instrument.
Yeah, I heard talk of it at the end last night. Well, with all the drinking and celebrating, I was a little bit more interested in the affairs of the community as opposed to Koromon's muscle show.
And Iris is, of course, going between both rooms serving food at this point.
Can players whisper players?
Yeah. W
Yeah, just W and then the player name.
or slash W.
I believe you can also whisper the character name.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do.
And GM whispers me.
Mhm.
Just saying.
Yes, indubitably.
Well. Enjoy your breakfast. I'm going to go see
Thank
if
you
the
very much.
thing is still where I left it last.
Did you want me to come with you?
Not at the moment.
Oh, she changes her mind quickly.
I see blank posts by the DM. Is that intentional?
Yeah.
Okay.
Means I have a macro whispering stuff to me.
Okay, I think I'm good on food.
So she's gonna disappear upstairs for a little bit, and Iris is gonna zip back into the kitchen and start prepping more food. So you guys are free to discuss.
So, how was the airboat?
It was amazing. You all have to see it before we leave. Serious thing though. They're kind of gearing up to defeat the orc, and the captain wants to know if we're interested in signing up to help deal with that. And I said, I think yes, but I need to check with all of you.
I just want to get home.
Right. That is the thing you wanted to do. Well, sorry, forgot about that. For the others, Firebeard, Wallace, and your companions, I think Elrod knows one of the 6 might be there, right?
Yes, it's been unmarked on the map, or it's kind of obvious from the map
It's rather obvious from my
and the
magical-
journal entry, and
Yes. From the studying I've done, the magical equipment I have, that one of the 6 resides at that island, and he or she is very likely behind whatever is going on. Unfortunately, as much as I'd love to relax for a while, I think it's best that we go along with them and see to this threat. I know
I
Wallace
agree.
was interested in dealing with with the six with us, Firebeard, and I'm assuming we'll need to leave that decision actually up to Firebeard.
And what to say for the sake of story, these two have joined y'all, just so they can say their characters heard what was being discussed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I would like to leave this place as soon as possible.
Everyone smiles at Ayla. Excellent. Dawn, I'm not going to force you on this. I greatly appreciate your help so far. It's been... I know you and Kovan have been bumping heads. He kind of glances between them. But I certainly appreciate the fact that you stuck around. Your aid
It's
was...
not my fault he has a death whip.
Yes, yes, yes. Your aid was invaluable to us, and I recognize that. I appreciate your help, whether you stay or go. Thank you. He kind of stuffs his... If he was standing, he probably would have bowed, but then he realized he can't, and then he just took a bite of bacon.
I look at both my companions and see if they nod yes or if they seem skittish.
They kind of both look at you, and Sora, of course, is the one that speaks up. Well, it is our job to be dealing with these types.
Oh, I'm definitely down. I just wanted to make sure you two are still going.
I'm by your side, sir.
Elrod seems
See,
to...
Dawn, not so.
Huh?
Zed,
They're companions, not slaves.
Elrod's
Wallace,
face lights up a bit as Wallace asks their approval, but he doesn't say anything yet.
I
He lets
don't
them
really
manage.
want to go to war. I want to find a group of druids who can actually teach me what to do.
Druids.
Zalia.
Sure,
The
Molly
more
can
you
do it, too.
adventure, the more you'll find something.
Oh, I know plenty of... Well, I don't know them personally, but the temple might be able to help you with that.
Temple?
Yes, the temple of Corellin, of my people, my mother's people.
Yes, the temple is where Elrond knows druids, everybody. Not the entire city of druids that he was in.
Molly
Well, that's
knows.
elven druids. Oh, and I guess, Halfwood. Yes, the city
Oh
of
my god.
halfling druids, if you'd prefer that flavor of druidism.
Would,
Halfling.
would this get us any
Yes.
closer?
No, it's in the opposite direction. It may have to be an after trip. Or, if your companion chooses to leave, I have no say in the matter. Either way, the halflings focus more on shifting between wild forms, and the elves, do everything, I assume. I think. It's not my thing. He kind of shakes his head awkwardly, realizing he doesn't know much about elven druidism.
Well, Zelia, it's up to you.
Well, I suppose finding a large group of fighting soldiers means there's likely to be a few druids there.
Indeed.
So,
No one's pressuring you. It's all your choice.
then yes, I'll go.
Elrond smiles again. Excellent. Happy to have you. And I'm assuming he has this discussion with all the other characters and
Yeah.
whether they come or not. Oh god, Elrond has to act like a leader now.
Ugh. Yeah, your first task is to break up a fight between your healer and your DPS.
Ah,
They're
so it's just,
arguing.
it's WoW all over again.
Raid lead, stop them.
Ugh.
Yes, I do have that loot. As
Can I see? Can I see?
Lady Breedy just kind of pokes her head down. Certainly, come on up.
A loot?
A magical
Oh!
one.
Dorn's gonna reach by, go behind Kovan, and shove his head into his plate of food and go, "I'm sorry, I slipped." And
Oh my god. Hey.
Oh, the loot they mentioned in the bar. Oh, I remember that. I remember Dawn being quite fond of music.
Yes. Indeed.
Come on up.
Is Ivy still in the room or is she gone?
Iris?
Iris, my bad.
She comes
The
fluttering
thing-
back in with more bacon for everybody.
Oh,
This is literally all she's cooked is bacon.
it's perfect.
The
Thank you.
fact that she's cooking it this fast is phenomenal. Like,
She's magic.
Well,
Fey magic.
well, it's good. Please be careful with the fire back there.
Plus,
You see Iris just like,
smaller-
she kind of droops out of the sky a little bit. She told you, didn't she?
Told you what? Told us what?
Oh yes, I heard all about your fire experiment.
Oh,
excuse me?
bacon.
Pardon?
She kind of flutters away,
Don't
more
worry,
depressed
these
this
things do
time.
happen.
Depressed the pixie.
What,
What?
did you... What?
What
What?
What?
She's
half
trying to
elves.
set her family on fire.
What?
Wow, what a way to
Pardon?
word it.
Oh.
Excuse me?
That doesn't quite sound like pixies. Elrod's dealt with
Nope.
pixies before.
It was an accident, apparently. But
Yeah.
I always believe the bad in people.
we've all been there.
Oh, but-
Suddenly, half the cast has the same backstory as Caleb from Critical Role.
Oh my god.
Upstairs. See, this is the loot here. It was left here many centuries ago by a changeling that was found guilty and hung of crimes here.
I
Century?
can't see nothing. Am I upstairs or?
I don't have an upstairs.
Oh,
This
that's
is
fine. I'll
just-
just.
What's going on?
What does loot look like? Is it purdy?
Hey, Lith, what does the loot look like?
It looks very ordinary.
Wait, do you mean
Oh,
you're
like-
role playing?
It looks basic.
Nice.
It looks basically like a mundane loot.
Oh, Google World's most boring loot.
Ooh! I can smell the magic. This is what Elrod
Okay.
was talking about.
So it has a very strong presence of magic about it. Okay, so you can tell that it has shape-shifting properties to it.
Mm.
Oh god, Dorn, that's like the best arcane you've ever rolled.
I know, and it's wasted on this crap. I mean, I'm sorry. It's very beautiful loot.
It can play many different instruments, just with a single touch of a certain bit of magic.
I've never been around something like this before, especially not an instrument that emanates magic. I can feel it without even touching it.
Yes, it's quite powerful.
It's not what I was expecting at all. I was expecting something flashy, colorful, showy, like a bard.
Well, then everybody would want it if you just showed it off.
I must have known very different bards than you.
Well, in the Feywild, everybody is flashy.
Huh.
But,
I don't know. My companions rather stick in the mud.
well, the strongest magics wielded by the most powerful creatures tend to be a little more subtle than they are flashy. The flashy ones, and she actually takes one with the kind of eye Dorn up and down, tend to be cocky and not quite so sure of themselves.
Insight?
Insight? What are you trying to detect? Or sense? Pick up on?
Intent. And my passive is 25.
She seems to have a knack for picking people apart here. She is very, very old. She picks up on things pretty quick.
God, I have rolled
That's
nothing
what,
but
your
8s and
25
9s.
was fine.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah, she's clearly making a jab at Dorn.
It seems that you know me, my lady.
I seem to know a little bit of everybody here. Not a very hard group to pick up on.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Now we can.
Yeah. The muscular one thrives on glory, but he's got a soft spot for cute things. Probably conflicted when he comes across things he doesn't understand. The burned one follows a great deity. Is
He follows a lot of things, including his...
conflicted by his own morals and his own beliefs. The bearded one is just in it for money. The two half-breeds. Well,
That seems to be rather cold.
the half-Eligen is too naive for his own good.
And a half-elf.
Facts.
Well, watch your back.
That's impossible, but I'll try. He kind of smiles at her.
Not everyone may be what they seem, friend.
Is there anything I should be aware of?
The elven druid is a ditz and probably has the magical capabilities of a newborn druid.
Oof.
The halfling could literally kill something with a touch of his hand. I'm sure you've sniffed the arcane out about him.
I
And the-
have, but he didn't seem competent enough to use it.
And the dragonborn. Don't let her look deceived. She's probably one of the more powerful arcanists in the group, slave or not.
They are slaves, I knew it.
Former. Slave. Whatever. Who cares? It's not my problem.
Well, we've been chatting most of the morning. You've had more than enough time to get a feel for me. How were you able to determine the others? You only glanced at... Especially the burned, maimed shell of a priest downstairs.
Oh, he wears it on his face. Quite literally. And some in the group aren't quite as good at not wearing themselves on their sleeves, so to say. A shapeshifter shouldn't tense up when somebody calls them out. She smirks.
That would explain the trouble at the gate.
And the dwarf is clearly a pirate, so the guess about the money is quite simple. For Christ's... or for... wrong...
Christ.
wrong world!
For Corellan's sake.
For
For
Krellin's...
Santa's sake!
For Krellin's sake, he has a beard on his parrot.
I always thought that was rather endearing.
The big one thinks the meat today has been the greatest thing he's gotten.
Ah, shit, that's not a whisper.
Ah. Elrond and Aelith have been having a whisper conversation.
Yeah, spoilers.
And the half-Eligen, I gave him one slight glare and he followed my every order. Surely he's not the leader of your group.
You would be surprised.
As for the other three, a simple detection of their arcane auras was simply enough.
And me then?
Well, you've got the skills. The raw magic. Take a little more time, put it together. You'll be fine.
The staff is very raw.
Well, hopefully once my staff re-engorges itself and becomes a useful implement again. I didn't realize your companion was going to shrink my
Thing.
Tool.
Yes. I dread the day she forgets to actually go around and touch all the beetle casings. There's gonna be little swords everywhere. So, are you interested in the loot?
You would sell it?
For a price.
How
Or
much?
for some, if I deem it's going to a good cause, perhaps.
Good thing Elrond
I
said
believe
six.
that it may be something that could assist us in the battle to come.
Or perhaps it's an old family heirloom. She kind of twirls it once.
Thing she bought from an auction.
Well, I don't think there was anything I could have said that could have made it less obvious, I suppose. but yes, probably a family heirloom.
I see. Well, then shouldn't be the... Oh, I don't know, the descendant of the owner be the one talking to me?
She requested my assistance in tracking it down. It seemed only right to fulfill my end of the arrangement.
Then I would say you have, wouldn't you?
Job well done, I guess.
Good boy.
Yikes.
Go enjoy your bacon. Send her up if she wants it.
Thank you, my lady. And he actually bows.
She returns the bow.
He's going to kind of walk slightly defeated down the stairs and glance over at Elrod and Aleph playing what he can only describe as footsie.
Oh my god.
Aleph, when you finish playing with your food, you might want to go upstairs and talk to the maid.
And shake off another beetle from your leg there, Dorn.
Does Elrod have any beetles on him?
There's beetles kind of scurrying about. That's what Iris was implying when she...
Elrod's swatting every beetle he sees,
the
as Iris commanded.
Infestation.
So, Aelith stands up from her seat and heads towards the stairs.
Elrod will raise a hand as she passes him. Do you want me to go with you?
I'll be fine.
Be safe.
I've
That's all he
been in
says.
greater danger than this.
Why does everybody think it's so dangerous?
'Cause she's scary.
I didn't say it was scary.
I think she's scary.
Hey, let's you make your way on upstairs, and it leads into this singular hallway that leads to a large room at the back. It seems to be some kind of lounging or collections room. You walk in, and there's various items that look clearly worth some value. And Lady Britty is sitting in a chair in the center, holding a very, very, very familiar lute.
Hello.
The cocky one says you're looking for this.
You'd be correct.
Do you miss your mother?
Mother? No, you have things mistaken. That was my teacher. She had a child, yes, but that's not me.
I see. Bluff.
Alright.
I'm not gonna bother with the split chat because I know these assholes will go watch the VOD anyway.
To be fair, I didn't watch the VOD till literally today.
To be fair, it doesn't matter because you guys are actually really good at out of character versus in character.
Hey,
So I
That's
applaud
good.
you all for that.
Okay.
It's a compliment.
Alright, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna leave the tokens visible so you
I'm
can
not
actually
gonna
click
I'm
on
not
your
gonna
shit.
use I'm not gonna use friendly deception for it.
Okay. I shouldn't even be able to click on the tokens. I don't think you're tabbing too many pages.
Fortunately, I don't think she'd have any buffs from me because she's not in the room with me.
No, and that's
Nope.
for you give buffs to diplomacy as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just, it might be just diplomacy.
It is just
You're right.
diplomacy.
You're right.
This
So
music's
nice to be
getting
using that.
getting stuck in my head. Shit. Where's my notes? I said I didn't want to alt tab, but I have to anyways. Hold on.
Hey Dawn.
H-I-J-K-L.
Elrod.
How much did you get her to pay us?
Enough.
Good. I've done the math. I know what to expect. For once, I'd actually like my cut. I still have wounds from that thing.
We've never had to split money before, Elrod.
Look, usually I pass on this kind of thing, okay? he gets a little flush in the face, realizing that no, they haven't had to split out money before. I apologize, you're one of the first I've come calling to collect on, but... I trust you, just we'll deal with it later. Don't betray my trust, Dawn. And then he goes back to his bacon. He likes bacon.
Didn't realize I'd given you reason to doubt me, Elrod.
He just shrugs with mouthful of bacon. Oh, personal. I mean, I've been out here for like. Has it been an in-game year about?
No.
No, not for
We've
those.
known each
Not
other
for- he's
maybe a
fine.
few weeks.
Those two
No,
know each other about a month or two, tops.
I know, but in-game total, how long has the adventure been? Like, I think we said a couple months, or like a lot of, like half a year.
6 to 8 months.
I've been on the road like 7 months. I've messed with people I can't trust and people I can.
What'd you say, Weasel?
So to speak.
No, I think he's planning on buying something big for his mother.
For his mummy.
I said
Yeah,
his
we did-
woman. His
His
woman.
woman.
I was about to say. No. I'd just like I'd like to have a nest egg for when I eventually return home. I'd like to think I'll make it home someday.
Hey, Lady Briti is just kind of staring right through your gaze as you tell her what you said, and she is not buying it in the slightest.
Damn.
Ev crosses her arms and rolls her eyes. Fine.
So, oh, you're gonna have to do better than that, sweetie.
Alright. Fine, you got me.
Ah, haven't seen one of your kind in a long time.
I'd imagine not. Most of us know to steer clear of this place nowadays.
Which I find quite humorous, because they let these shape-shifting types through all the time. They're not very good at their tests.
Apparently not.
So,
Well, you saw through me pretty easily down there. I imagine you probably know a thing or two then.
a thing or two, you could say. And as you're talking, the door to the room that you entered is going to shut itself and lock.
Is it loud?
Roll perception. It's not
Bum,
loud,
bum.
but roll perception.
20, 20, 20. 9, damn it!
And then you get a +2 from the dog.
The dog doesn't give buffs to party members. Oh, Wallace
I'm
does.
talking
yeah.
about Wallace, yeah.
I don't
Yeah, I
see
get that.
shit.
I mean, Half Pint seems to like perk up for half a second, and then he goes right back to the bacon. So, we're gonna have a private little conversation here. Just you and me, and the door closed.
Alright. Came up here expecting that.
You can have your loot. Your mother's loot.
I appreciate it. But I imagine there's probably something you want in exchange.
I want the half-breed.
Pardon?
Whoa, I'm not into that. Sorry.
I want the half-breed.
You want Elrod?
Yes, this old form is getting a little old, I should say. And as she says that,
I had a feeling.
a flurry of black beetles starts erupting from around her legs and up her outfit, taking up a major portion of her body, scurrying about as if they were one living being.
I had a feeling. Another shapeshifter would be good at rooting out a shapeshifter in a tone like this. You've been around here for a while. I remember that name when I first came here. You've been part of this little game.
Lady Britty's body. And it's like a hissing noise coming from various parts of the swarm. It's been a fine host, but it is time to grow.
And so you want another Eladrin? Half Eladrin, I suppose.
Something powerful, of Fey origin preferred.
I see.
I need everybody eating breakfast to roll an endurance check.
I can do that.
Aelith didn't eat anything. She was too nervous.
Is it made of beetles?
I never
Oh,
claimed
yes.
to eat anything, so.
You see, I rolled a perception check of 1 and an insight check of 4.
Why do you
So-
think she's dangerous?
What
Maybe
about
because she
half
wants
time?
my skin. Sorry, I've been drinking.
And
What about half pint? Does he need to? He's
No,
drinking ale.
because half pint can be, if something were to happen at half pint, you would just be able to resummon him. He comes
Okay.
back
Well, I
up.
didn't eat breakfast, so I'm good.
Okay. I think you can click on Zalia and Sora. I don't know. If not, I got it. Now I know. This particular favor seems awfully one-sided.
Aye, a loot for a life, not exactly a fair trade there. Especially not life of someone I find quite fun to be around.
But is it really one life if you were to be outed to the city?
Perhaps.
Your friends are harboring and snuck in a, dare I say it, doppelganger.
Changeling. Big difference.
Doppelganger.
Hey, big yikes.
Aelith grits her teeth.
If you roll below a 20 on endurance, you don't feel so well.
So everyone but Elrod.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
so I feel marginally bad then.
Yes, marginally bad. I mean, the bacon was rushed to order.
Does Elrod notice the other people kind of like souring? Their faces souring? Roll perception, if you want.
It depends on how focused he is on watching the stairs.
He's been eating for quite a while, so I assume he's slowed his pace by now?
Okay.
Maybe not. He's just kind of... Now he's drinking ale or something.
Besides,
Oh.
I can only imagine what they would say when they found out it's the daughter of the mother who tried to save that boy. What did he go
Should've
by
just-
again?
Rasa.
Rasa, yes, but he had several names, didn't he?
We all do. You'd have to ask me if you wanted something specific. It's been a long time.
It's not my concern. So, the beetle swarms are going to kind of settle down. It's like they were vibrating really fastly there during that conversation.
Oh, what swats a beetle on the table?
What is it to you? And you notice, Elrod, the more you've been sitting here, the more beetles seem to be attracting themselves to you.
So many damn bugs. Ugh, he actually stands up.
So, you're offering me the loot in exchange for my comrade's life and letting us out of the city. How can I trust? How do I know that as soon as you've got what you want and I'm out of here with your loot, that you won't immediately call the guard on us? Accuse me of stealing it from... It's not something I'm unfamiliar with. It's the kind of treatment that more honest of my kind get everywhere.
Well,
Excuse to be called a hero.
you're leaving on an airship, aren't you?
I suppose.
Let me rephrase that. You're leaving on an airship, aren't you?
So long as I'm leaving with them, yes.
With most of them.
I suppose. Still,
Undertale style flashbacks of all the times Elrod's jumped in the way of blows.
What?
Several times.
I know.
so basically what you're saying is you won't turn us in. And is that part of the deal for getting the loot?
Of course, but he stays. And dear, please change back. That form is awful.
Well, since I'm getting some time to flex, I don't get to do this often.
Is that
I don't-
Cornelia? No, it isn't. Okay.
I don't get to do this often.
You're as bad as your mother.
That's all a matter of perspective.
And if you're welcome to also roll a Arcana check for knowledge.
I might as well. Or I could if
For
it's
knowledge?
for knowledge. Yep.
Hey, bardic knowledge.
Now this one I will tell you in the different chat. Okay, Lamia.
Oh shit!
Now this is the 4E version. I will say the 5E version is a completely different creature.
Oh, I'm aware. Lamias are interpreted differently basically everywhere.
A Lamia is a bizarre fey creature comprised of hundreds of black scarab beetles. It lures wayfarers to their deaths by assuming a pleasant humanoid guise. When a Lamia slays a humanoid creature, it adds another beetle to its ever-growing swarm. When a Lamia's swarm grows too large, as hinted at by the beetles running around, it reproduces by first slaying a worthy fey creature such as a powerful Eldrin. Rather than consuming the body, the Lamia divides itself, filling the corpse with hundreds of its beetles. Over time, these beetles devour the corpse and arises a new Lamia. This newborn Lamia gains much of the victim's memories and knowledges in the process. Now do you get why your questions weren't really going anywhere? She
So
knows everything from the past, but it's not the same one that knew Ayla's mother. If that makes sense.
But she doesn't know everything.
No.
I kind of got that feeling when she asked about Rasa.
Yeah. She has memories and stuff of the original Lady Breedy who was there when everything happened. This has happened sometime after.
Right.
Alright?
Buddy's a huge weeb, so he trimmed the filler off all
Shut
the
up.
episodes for me. Talk about anime.
It's not anime time right now.
So,
It's oh
Good
fuck.
anime.
Always time for pain.
Oh fuck time for Aelith.
Oof.
so,
Ah, woof.
Let-
Oh.
so, let me gather exactly what you want. You want my friend's body, I assume because you and your beetles need a new host. And you think that my friends will just stand down there and do nothing. I
I
imagine
mean-
you've probably done something about that.
Yes, of course. While I do prefer host of the Fey variety, I'm not down to just take any old body. And she locks eyes with you.
Well, a changeling's body would be quite a fine host for you, I would imagine. Of course, not like you don't have your own similar abilities.
Oh, it's just a matter of having a place to raise my young.
Ew.
Don't quite
Okay.
fancy the idea of him being murdered and stuffed with beetles. So,
Aelith, this is against your... As you're talking to her, this is happening. This is against your will.
Okay.
It's coming in a whisper.
okay. Yep. That definitely beats my will.
Okay.
Well, that was
As you're
there.
talking, the small like burst of like black mist erupts from the vibration of beetles around this corpse, and you just kind of feel yourself tensing and freezing in place with whatever pose you were holding. And that's where we're going to pick up next week.
Oh boy.
Ah, rip.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna say, I can finally say this now. If everyone thinks that your deep dark secret is that you're a drow, no one will think you're a chain.
Yeah, you better hope that Dorn doesn't put that together. He might actually kill you, because he, like I messaged Elrod, it was like, burn me once, shame on me. Burn me twice, I'll burn.
Meanwhile, Elrod's more like, oh, thank goodness you're actually a changeling. Now I don't need to explain to my god why I'm best friends with a drow. Oh, that would be so awkward. That would be really awkward. Oh boy. This is almost like leaving on the lich popping out of his teddy bear. Turn, like, tear, like, oh god.
Yeah. Holy shit. I love this.
Oh. Well, you gotta leave me biting my nails, mist. I ain't got nails left.
No, I mean, I can do one more thing, but you're not going to see it. But Aelith can see it.
Oh, I'm curious.
If it matters, Elrod's stood up and has been stomping beetles the whole time while you were out of the chat. Because they've
Yeah.
been swarming him.
Yeah, if I roll higher than a friggin' 8.
This time is Fortitude, Aelith. Yeah, that's gonna.
Yeah.
That's gonna
Oh
work.
my god. Holy shit.
Okay. Shit. What is that? I designed this to scare the shit out of you guys, and I think it's working.
Oh yeah, I love this.
I like how I'm more worried than you and my character isn't even like in immediate danger yet.
And this is all happening out of combat, technically. Consider it like a surprise round followed by a haha, you're stuck in my chamber.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
Okay. Aelith, one more time. Oh, wow, you got lucky on that one. You got lucky on that one. That was a 1, a 2, and only one high roll.
Yikes.
So, that's a damage roll.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And the effect of that attack is as long as you're within range, which you're within range inside this room, you automatically take continuous damage.
Okay.
So, before you can get any sort of help, you have to shake off the stun, but that happens next week.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just quickly add a stun marker.
Yes, I was about to do the same thing.
There. That works.
I just want to note that Elrod was suspicious to begin with, before we knew all this. Or at least he wanted to go with Aelith. If she comes back down without Aelith, Elrod's going to be concerned. And that's not me metagaming.
That is not a stun token. This is the stun token.
Okay.
I just wanted to say it now,
I
just
know.
so it's on record. Okay.
I know.
didn't want it to like us to forget, and then I say he's ready and prepared, and no one's gonna be like, "You're metagaming."
No, he was showing concern since he heard the whisper.
Yes.
I fully believe it.
Good. Yeah. It's true.
Fun night.
Very fun night.
Glad
Now I get to put on my Harry Potter impersonation and be like, Avada Kedavra, and blow up Pixie.
Blow up the pixie. Oh.
Oh yes, those of you feeling ill have a -2 to your fortitude. But
Oh yikes.
I will document that next week. I got this in my notes already. I'm going to put a marker on whoever did fail.
I failed.
Oh, for now, would you mind changing the name of the token?
No, because
Or is that too much?
the only one who knows the name is any different is Aelith.
True.
I'm going to leave it
But
as
we-
that because if
We
you
won't
want
know it's. If she's a tiefling right now, we won't know it's Aelith.
Exactly. But the name on the token didn't mean anything.
Right.
Oh, Dorn is gonna be so angry.
If he finds out.
If.
I
If
mean,
this
Aelith
did,
could pull a "she turned me into a tiefling, so you would ignore me" thing.
she turned me into a newt.
She turned me into
Yeah,
a
but at that point she had failed the shape-shifting test, claimed to be a drow, said, "No, I'm not really a drow. Or sorry, I'm actually a drow. I'm not actually a half elf and all that stuff. Please trust me." And then it's like, "Oh, by the way, she turned me into a tiefling." It's just one of those. Did she now? Did your imaginary friend also write on the?
I mean, she's got like a +30 to blood.
Oh,
we'll
she's
see.
she's not going to she's not going to pretend that she got turned into a thief, because once she's got the loot, she doesn't have any real reason to pretend anymore. I was actually intending on having her reveal herself once she got the loot anyway, if she got it.
Big oof.
Oh, that conversation's gonna be so cringe.
Cringe for Dorn.
Aelith, I need you to send me a somewhat summary of what this loot's supposed to actually be. So I
Alright.
can actually design an item out of it.
Okay.
Just send it to me in text, please. That's it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in, people. Say bye-bye, everybody.
Woo! Night, everybody.
Not one
Good
person
night.
said bye-bye, everybody. I'm
Bye-bye.
disappointed.
Bye bye everybody.
Bye,
Bye, Dr.
everybody.
Nick.